YouTube take it down? Because this is mature content, maybe? Interesting. Yep, that's the only explanation I can think of. Unless it's CIA involvement.
First, they need to be separated, right? In my experience watching these things overseas, as long as groups of people stay together, they stay strong, right? They stay resolute. It's when they break into very small groups and break into single individuals that they lose that power and they lose that determination. So I think breaking them up is of extreme importance, and keeping them from forming someplace else as a group has to be a top priority.
And final question, Michael, against the backdrop of that extraordinary joint statement in an op-ed by the 10 former secretaries of defense. An effort.
Just a general rule that I've noticed with this stuff like this, when the sun goes down, more people die. I don't know if people just get more antsy when it gets darker, or if people can feel like they can get away with more shit without getting noticed. But when the sun goes down, stuff like this tends to get worse. We'll see.
Type of insurrection may occur, and to make clear to lawmakers, to the president, and also to the Pentagon that the military would not be engaged. What's your sense?
So when I first saw what was happening at the Capitol today, the first thought I had was these protesters, these rioters, right, this mob, they wanted to create violence in the hope that the president would invoke the Insurrection Act, right, and ask the United States military to come out onto the streets. And I think that's what those former Secretary of Defenses were worried about, is the invoking of that Insurrection Act.
Holy shit, I can't believe this. The acting Secretary of Defense confirms it was Vice President Pence, not Trump, who authorized the deployment of the National Guard, but initial reporting said that Trump was behind it. I wonder if Trump actually, disagreed with this deployment. Oh, shit, dude. Trump is gonna leave office with no friends. Holy fuck. Trump set Pence up to fail by saying Pence was the last shot at, overturning the Democratic results of the election? Hey, what's going on here?
Active duty troops, he was able to slow roll that effort. But that, in your words as well, Michael, with this acting secretary, that would be much more difficult. And then in some ways, it's the civilian leadership that ultimately makes the decision about deploying active duty troops. And as you point out, they were all trying to prevent what would really be a worst case scenario. Yeah. Michael, we're always so glad to have you. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome, Nora. Thank you.
Thank you. Let everyone know, it is now 5:18 here in the nation's capital, and the sun has set and the protesters remain. More than 4 hours we've been live on the air covering what is now a mob on Capitol Hill that has forced a lockdown. The House and Senate to go out of session after a joint session was moving forward with the counting of the electoral votes, which was the final step to in the process of naming President-elect Joe Biden as the President of the United States. We don't use the word certify because the states certify the votes, and it's already been certified. So we're very clear and precise.
Who's this person? Is this a lefty? Does anyone know this account? Axibit Marquise de Posad? Super Democrats.
Hello.
They're saying that I'm a Democrat because I think the government should resist fascist coups. We're bringing out all the... Oh, stupid poll guy? Ah! So a lefty in cloak, but a fascist in nature. Gotcha. There we go. Stupid poll people. are like the worst, most degenerative, fucking anti-revolutionary dumb fucks who ever deluded themselves into thinking they were leftists. By the way, I just want to be perfectly clear, okay? The tweet says, democracies cannot coexist with these people. They disappear, we do. This is not an advocacy for the state to fucking black bag people. Just like they disappear or we do. Like fascism disappears.
No music
or
today.
we do.
Just
Like, I
gonna
feel
be
like the reading here is
following
pretty clear. Pretty
what's
obvious.
happening at the Capitol.
The website is struggling? Uh-oh. We have more people here than we've ever had before. He's mad Pelosi lost her office to violence. Violence in quotation marks. This is why I say, by the way, anti-woke leftists are fairly indistinguishable from fascists. They usually just fucking hate Democrats and that's it. What's stupid, Paul? Anti-Democrat. They're anti-Democrat reactionaries. That's about it. They actually don't care. And they do think liberalism is worse than fascism. What's the current viewer count? The current viewer count is 45,500. Which sounds like a lot, given that it's my maximum ever, but then you go over to Twitch TV and see that Hassan has... How much does Hassan have? Oh, that's right, Twitch.tv isn't working for me right now for some reason. Probably like 250,000 or something like that. 222,000? What a beast! What an animal! What a man. Mad respect. Destiny is 22K. Well, Destiny has two sites. He multi-streams to YouTube as well. So if it's 22K on Twitch, and he also has 12K on YouTube, so it'll be 34K. Lance has 1,500. Yeah, we're all out here today. I know this is against your interest, but please stop asking to subscribe or check your view count. This is crazy. Sorry, buddy. Hey, and if you're enjoying the content, make sure to subscribe. Got a lot of anti-fascist work to be done after all this shit is done. And you know, anti-fascism is when you subscribe to lefty YouTube channels. There you go.
With bullhorns and tear gas to disperse this crowd.
True.
Because as Senator Duckworth told us, her and her colleagues and some of the senators I know that Ed O'Keefe has spoken with amongst his sources, they want to continue tonight.
Yeah,
Tell us what you're hearing.
There are several members of the House are back in their offices across the street from the Capitol. Members of the Senate are all together and are waiting to sort of figure out where and when and how exactly they might reconvene. The official word so far is that they don't want to allow them back into the House and Senate chambers until some kind of a major security sweep can occur, not only inside the building, but that they know that outside the crowd has been controlled. And we therefore await some sense of when exactly they could do this. Of course, maybe.
Floyd, all the other... Yo, let me tell you something. Rodney King, George Floyd, all the other people who have been abused, killed, harassed by the cops, black people, for nothing, for jack shit. These motherfuckers are... Look at this shit. If this was black people, these would be dead bodies. This is a fucking... a shame, a shanda. Okay? That's Hebrew, that's Yiddish. This is a fucking shame. If this was black people get fucking arrested, harassed, and I don't like to throw around the race shit. Look at this shit. This isn't a Denny's, this isn't a Burger King. It's the fucking Capitol. The Capitol building of the United States. Nobody has a knee on their neck. Nobody's getting batoned. Nobody's in the back of a fucking police car with no water. What the fuck is going on here? Yo, let me tell you something.
I do think it's really fucking funny because I got detained by the Secret Service for an hour when I was younger because I was walking around talking about like state security in DC, and like I was talking about stuff that these protesters are currently doing, but I got detained for it and they were allowed to walk in. What the fuck? And I'm white. Oh, I did vote for white.
Sitting here with our walls barricaded, our doors barricaded. Someone was shot at the U.S. Capitol. The closest thing that I can think of that this reminds me of is the time I spent in Iraq in 2007 and 2008.
Is insurrection too strong a word, Congressman?
The problem is, it's
No.
like everyone's in a rush to
No.
label everyone else a traitor. I just want this to
stop, and we have to support
you
the
little
peaceful
bitch. It's
transition of power. I mean, that's it. We have to accept the fact that the election's over. And the more we traffic in the idea that somehow Congress is going to overturn the results of the election, the more we incite dangerous things like this. And that's just unacceptable. So it's over. I wish Republicans had won. It sucks. I get it. But, you know, there are consequences to going down this road.
Congressman Gallagher, it's Ed O'Keefe from CBS News. Thank you again for joining us. As you said, you're not one of those objecting to the results
Left
of the
side.
Electoral
See.
College. You were among the Republicans who reluctantly accept these
Hello.
results and will move on. I know you made a fair point about not ascribing titles and blame and whatnot, but it does seem like your party especially, and your House conference most of all, is going to have a serious conversation with itself
yeah,
about
I'd
what
say
it
so.
has allowed to occur
How you
today.
doing?
And I just wonder whether you think that conversation will happen, could happen, and what might transpire.
Well, the conversation is going to happen in the next few hours. And the objectors are going to have to ask themselves whether they seriously want to persist in their objections after what they've seen today. And again, knowing that what they're doing has no chance of being successful, that it is all a stunt. I mean, that's a pretty cynical ploy right there. So at a minimum, when we get back together at a conference, I think we all have to say we're not going to persist in the objection. We support the peaceful transfer of power, and we're done perpetuating this fiction that somehow
Got you.
Congress has the authority to overturn the results of the state.
Congressman, to what degree have you been communicated with by leadership about what will happen tonight? Will you reconvene? I've been told that it's possible that the House may reconvene, not in the chamber itself.
I'm following what's going on at the Capitol.
If that message came down, I missed it. I haven't gotten that. So, you know, I've heard nothing formally from leadership right now. I would imagine they're trying to figure it out. And all the focus right now is just on making sure this thing doesn't escalate any further, making sure that the now violent protesters disband, abide by the curfew. But I've not heard.
Journalists assaulted and chased away by terrorist Trump loyalists. They're now destroying their equipment while chanting "fuck fake news."
Yeah.
That is some expensive equipment. Yeesh.
We are really at this point, yeah.
It is actually incredible how lost these people are. Like, when you really reflect on it, like how fucking gone their minds are, you know? I wonder if this is even fixable within their own lifetime, so we just have to rely on, like, educating their children better, or, like, their grandkids, you know? Like,
Bitches
this could
cry.
literally be out of a dystopia, like a bad dystopia movie. A bunch of, like, political partisans in a crowd, like, attacking journalists and breaking all their equipment. You're fake, everything's fake, this is all fake news. Probably a lot of the people in frame right now are flat earthers. Like, there's... They're not wrong about fake news, though, Vosh? Nah, incorrect. Lefty criticisms of mainstream media have never been as stupid and simplistic as quote-unquote
Not
fake
thicken.
news. When lefties criticize media, it's about manufacturing consent. It's about, like, crafting a certain narrative. It's about, like, where these stories come from and who crafts them. And it's always been a very nuanced critique of the way, like, bourgeois media influences public opinion. Conservatives don't give a fuck about any of that. Conservatives, everything we don't like is fake. Everything we don't like is fake. If we don't like this story, it's not true, it's fake. I'm not going to look at anything. I don't know how sources work. I don't know how statistics work. It's all fake. I don't care. It's all fake. If the president says it's fake, okay? It's that simple. It's fake. That's conservative fake news, okay? It is in no way equivalent to lefties criticizing media. And it bothers me when lefties are like, well, you know, they have a point. Like, media is pretty fake. Like, no. Please don't give credit to their asinine, counterproductive, fascistic criticism of media by implying it's even remotely similar.
Wild bullshit.
God.
Longer.
Wait, what?
More
Neo-Nazi
damage.
loser Baked Alaska ejected from Capitol building by SWAT team as coup attempt completes. Oh shit, this is wait, this is from Baked Alaska's live stream. This is actually his recording. I wonder if we'll see anything especially spicy in chat. They're saying don't leave, shut up, fatso.
No, don't shut the door. You're not allowed to shut the door.
Oh, ACAF means all cops are faggots, by the way. Like, we were playing around. All because they righties don't like cops either, unless they're like beating up black people. So we say a cab, but they're homophobic, so they say a calf. That's what they say.
Dude, don't. I'm going.
Does the dragon look okay?
You got a fucking problem. You're a fucking oath breaker, you piece of shit. Fuck you. Fuck
You.
you. Fuck you.
Dragon elegant enough?
You broke your oath to the Constitution. Fuck you. Fucking shoving me and shit for no reason. What the fuck? These fucking oath.
I didn't see a single anti-Semitic slur in his chat. I'm almost proud. As I understand it, Baked Alaska's job is to humiliate himself on live stream, and people pay him to do it.
Is the dragon pretty enough?
Fun fact, apparently he tested positive for COVID-19 days earlier. Nice! Oh, is this what Terrainon Pod has been up to? Oh, God. Sean P. McCarthy. By the way, I'm pretty sure Sean P. McCarthy is actually a fascist. Does anyone have any other info on this? I think he actually
Okay,
is
cool.
a fascist.
Cool.
I can't really tell. Good Lord. And then he said, I tuned to his stream for 15 seconds. He was squirming in pleasure, cheering on the VA National Guard, begging them to crush the protesters. Damn, I didn't know Smash the Fash was a controversial position amongst leftists now. That's crazy to me. I didn't know the phrase bash the fash was something lefties disagreed with these days. Ah, okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. Sean said QAnon is a good thing because people are becoming anti-establishment. Yeah, everything I've seen from Sean's given me to believe is a fucking
Because of what's going on.
Proud Boys going
Because
crazy.
what's going on
Are
is
they not?
fucking ridiculous.
Effort in a joint session of Congress to count the electoral votes, and then tens of thousands of Trump supporters coming from the White House, incited by the President of the United States, and encouraged to incite violence, and that's exactly what they carried out. There has been violence on Capitol Hill. A woman shot, transported to the hospital in critical condition. An additional other, we're not clear who they are, one person who was trying to climb the walls also fell and fractured some bones, transported. A number of injuries reported by the D.C. Metro Police, who are now on the scenes, aided by members of the National Guard. We've seen members of the FBI elite unit inside the Capitol. What they're trying to do is...
How long till curfew? 26 minutes.
Step inside the Capitol.
Room by room, corridor by corridor.
Every office building as well.
And
Yes.
every office building, because, as Senator Tammy Duckworth and other...
No, she was sent to the
They
hospital.
want to keep going.
And I just heard from another senator who says...
I'm
they
not
still
sure
can
why she got shot either.
reconvene tonight, but they certainly want to.
Stick and stay.
And I think, do we have that shot of the west
I'm
side of the Capitol
I'm not sure.
with the expansive
Hi.
look at the lawn?
I
Ooh,
like how we're undergoing the
Those are
most
pretty.
legitimate attempt at a fascist coup in all of American history, and all these fucking tanky class reductionist types on Twitter are spending their time arguing about it.
tell me how
When
it
the
takes.
government starts rounding up people like deemed to be fascist, even if it's
No, I know, I meant like after.
Just go along with it. We've got to disappear a few people to save democracy. Joseph
Okay.
Goebbels Farsh. Keep in mind, Caleb Loppin is actually anti-Antifa. He's anti-Antifa because he thinks that Antifa would target him too, which says more about him than it does about Antifa, I think.
The area is largely empty, it appears, by all the video shots that we've seen, the live footage. So it appears what remains of the crowd has concentrated to the degree it has on the west front And I would just point out that for those who were chanting "God bless America,"
Yeah, she was climbing into a window.
that is utterly incompatible.
Wouldn't Tanky support some purging? No, you have to understand. Listen, you have to understand this more than anything else. For a lot of people on Twitter, their only political interest is being anti-Democrat. It's the literal only thing that they care about, okay? That's the single only thing that they have any consideration for. So, they can't come out and, like,
because they busted out a window in the Capitol building, and that's how they were getting in.
They can't do it. So they have to downplay stuff like this because it distinguishes them. It's a big grift, and it's a way they cement their identity. But yeah, that's all they care about. That's all they are. You also have Tankies, who are very much likewise, and Caleb Maupin is just a Nazi. So.
No, I'm
Not a
sad.
Nazi,
I'm sorry.
I don't know how he feels about Jews. I just know that he appears in conferences alongside Nazis and agrees with everything.
Why'd they cancel?
So I don't know if he's a Nazi, you know?
Yeah. Oof.
President, but supporters of Jesus gathered as well, concerned about and protesting, which is a right, but this has gone beyond protesting, as has now placed the lives of law enforcement and others in danger, as well as the destruction to
Oh no.
No. The problem.
Disrupted the work of lawmakers and diligent public servants.
You heard, Nora, the audience.
The problem isn't the property damage. The problem is that it's thousands of people mobilized by the president to overturn democracy. It doesn't matter. Even if nobody died and if no property was damaged, this rally would still be a threat.
As a candidate and as president, he has pointed to and suggested is real and is given a sense to those people who held that grievance that it's real. And that he's the only alternative to it.
Listen just a minute.
And we should tip our hats to the DC police, who frankly have put up with a lot of this over the past year, whether it's pro or anti-Trump supporters.
Right.
The Black Lives Matter protests that were held. This is a police force that has been worn pretty thin and worked pretty hard dealing with situations like this across the nation's capital for less.
We should update. We now have some definitive information on that. We're being told there are 1,100 DC National Guard that have been mobilized, 200 Virginia State Troopers, and an unknown number of Virginia National Guard that have all been sent to DC at the mayor's request. 500 Maryland National Guard and state troopers.
I fucking hope so, because the alternative is not great.
All hands on deck. Look at this picture as the Capitol is lit up bright tonight to give law enforcement a clear picture and to remove those. And the reason, as Alan He, our Capitol Hill reporter who just spoke with Senator Manchin, he said to Senator
21
Manchin,
minutes
what's the
until
plan for
curfew.
tonight? And Senator Manchin told Alan He, we plan as soon as they get everything cleared, but we're going to go back and do our business. And Alan said in the Capitol tonight, and Senator Manchin said, we sure hope so. So we'll say whatever it takes, these thugs are not running us off. That from the senator from West Virginia.
As we discussed many hours ago, there would be an institutional imperative to send a signal. The Capitol is lit up not just to aid law enforcement in the removal of these.
Okay, I'm thirsty as shit. Can you guys handle yourselves on the video feed for like 2 seconds while I get some water? Okay, hold on.
As to be
I love you. I'll be right back.
Symbolically and
we're almost at curfew time.
On Capitol Hill. It is the place that when you're in Washington, you see from a great distance. It is inspiring. It's always been inspiring to me. I consider it the most beautiful building in America. I really do. I love to be inside that building. Our whole story of America is there, both in art and in architectural representation. And it's lit up for two reasons. to help law enforcement, but also to be a symbol to the country. It will endure. And those lawmakers want to get back to that enduring part of it, getting back to the work and not being
Yeah, they did.
not being scared away.
And they started deleting some of his shit.
Violent and criminal mob, though be it small.
It is, I agree, the most beautiful building in Washington. Atop it sits Lady Liberty, a woman, the highest point in Washington.
Like,
Statue built by slaves, and now
they actually started deleting some of his stuff.
That the first black senator from the South will represent the South in the true changing of America.
Georgia, yes, from Georgia, yes.
It's funny, while we sit here, it seems so insignificant, but when the day began, it was quite significant. The Democrats won both those seats in Georgia. There is now Democratic...
Have we actually announced that we've called it?
We have.
I know.
We have it on the air.
No, but can we do that?
Major, I actually did ask a little while ago. It was thought that we should stay in the moment here, but I know because, yes, we missed the boards, yes. That moment about just what happened, because this is just what we're witnessing live in the moment. We should stay, but that has eclipsed in some ways what is a significant shift of power. And that's why there was over $500 million spent on those 2 Senate races, because it controls the future of this country. Legislatively, I mean, it's the most very extremely powerful.
You'll be happy to hear that for the first time we've completely maxed out the site capacity. We had to double it during the
oh, doesn't that mess with your stomach though?
Presidential election. Now we've doubled it again. Well, we have to double it again.
Do any of these dragons have spikies?
John Ossoff, who is a 33-year-old documentary filmmaker, has
No
defeated
spikies.
Senator David.
I remember the last time I drew this dragon, I gave her a nose spiky.
We had earlier called him.
So I'm gonna give her a nose spiky again.
Another Democrat running in that race, Reverend Warnock, who is the pastor at Ebenezer Baptist Church, where Martin Luther
For
King once
consistency.
presided, and he defeated the not the acting senator, but the
She replaced Johnny Eisenhower.
Alright,
This is such
okay.
an optics
As long as
nightmare
it's
for
not
them.
gonna hurt
actually
you.
insane how bad this is for Trump, dude. Holy shit. The thing is, there are going to be legal consequences to a lot of what is taking place right now. Maybe even if it maxes out at threats, there are still going to be some severe consequences. The GOP is going to try to distance themselves from it, but that's only going to make them look even more removed from the Trump administration in the eyes of a lot of Trump supporters. This is going to fuck them so
No
hard.
spiky.
If this goes well, the GOP might be irrelevant for fucking 3 election cycles, just because there are so many people clinging on to Trump's legacy. I don't know. It depends on how well things are handled in the immediate aftermath and how much Trump does to distance himself from the GOP. He set himself up, or he set Pence up to take the fall because he said Pence was the only one who could stop the fake election from going through.
Give her
Pence
teeth.
has said he can't do anything about it, and Pence was pretty beloved by the Trump supporters beforehand. I don't know, dude.
Lenora, we're on the western front of the Capitol here.
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing.
A lot fewer people here. The Capitol Police have deployed a series of flashbangs, some smoke. Some people were complaining about pepper spray or tear gas as well. That has certainly helped thin the numbers of people that are out front of the Capitol here. There's still a number of people right up along the Capitol base there that are continuing to protest. But
Yeah,
for all the talk about what
that's
happened
fair.
inside the Capitol today, a lot of the people that gathered out here did so peacefully. They were here to protest.
Shut up. Holy shit. They were planning on taking hostages. These are zip tie handcuffs. The kinds that people who take hostages take. Good thing the Senate got out of there. Sound like such a lib. Good thing the Senate got out. I mean, probably better they not get taken hostage by these guys. The Capitol is safe. SMH. The sergeant at arms announced the Capitol building is secure, according to HuffPost congressional reporter Matt Fuller. Okay, it looks like they've cleared out the interior of the Capitol building. Not enough blood for my taste.
Scritch the teeth.
Fuck.
out from here is going. Nora?
Right, and Chris Van Cleve, as you note, as Virginia has been involved in as well, Governor Northam, at the request of Alexandria, Virginia, which is just right across the river, where probably some protesters will be staying. I shouldn't say protesters, part of this mob group now we're calling them, are staying. They're also imposing a 6 p.m. curfew there as well.
That's
and
unpleasant.
Emergency in
Why?
Virginia, so that they can continue to respond and help in the nation's capital.
And the use of the bullhorns to notify them is to give basically the district and all the police there the legal authority to say, we warned you repeatedly. If you stay here, you will be arrested. And this will not be a contestable municipal misdemeanor situation. You will be arrested because we are warning you. If you stay here, you will be arrested. If you disperse, you will not be. And that's a means, kind of the earliest, most gentle way to try to create crowd dispersal. Warn them repeatedly, give them fair notice, and then see if they withdraw. And
Dude, can you imagine? Oh God, I'm imagining like the ultra timeline right now. Imagine, okay, the MAGA hats, they storm the Capitol. Trump puts out a video on Twitter egging them on. They stay there, some die, most of them get arrested, federally charged. Trump pardons all of them. Oh shit, dude. Can you imagine? Holy shit, can you imagine the fallout?
Fuck,
oh
help.
My fucking God.
Help, help, help.
Maybe it'll still happen, I don't know. Maybe there will be federal charges pressed that he
Standing up.
That he pardons.
Pretty remarkable because there are an endless number of corridors and offices and nooks and crannies and hideaways that would need to be checked to ensure that there is no one left inside this complex who doesn't belong here. I mean, we have been seeing images all day long of protesters or mob members, whatever you want to call them, toting out podiums. We saw one guy with his feet propped up on Nancy Pelosi's desk. You know, so people.
That guy's going to jerk off to that memory for years to come.
Complex, but Debbie Dingell is a reliable individual who I know you know well as well. And I can tell you from talking to lawmakers on both sides of the aisle, they really do want to get back to work tonight to finish ratifying these electoral college results, both because they know that this is a job that needs to be completed and because they want to show that Congress is not going to be intimidated, cowed.
Okay, wait, hold on. So the right is attempting to meme again. In an old tweet thread from December 2nd, 2020, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is talking about defund the police and the optics around it. And in the final tweet, she says this: the whole point of protesting is to make people uncomfortable. Activists take that discomfort with the status quo and advocate for concrete policy changes. Popular support often starts small and grows. The folks who complain protest demands make others uncomfortable, that's the point. And a bunch of right-wingers are quote-tweeting it, saying like, how about now? We're making you uncomfortable. Don't you support violence? Yeah, so that now there are a bunch of comments on it that are from within the past 2 hours. Thanks for the support. Good to know you're behind us all the way. As though this is in any way comparable to storming the fucking Capitol. God, conservatives are such fucking brainless. God, dude, you know, it's so disheartening to me because when I got into this job, I thought I would have a lot more fun tearing down the arguments of people who disagree with me, but often their arguments are so obviously bad faith, so anemic, there's not even any work to be done in debunking them. All I'd really have to do for most of these arguments is, like, talk to somebody who supports them and say, like, hey, you don't really believe this, do you? And they'd go like, you know, and it'd be like, yeah, they wouldn't even try to defend it. Such a waste of time. Curfew's almost down. 10 minutes.
Where they are now. They've given us absolutely no information. In fact, I haven't even heard back from Leader McConnell's aides when I have texted them repeatedly to find out what's going on. I've talked to many other aides and lawmakers, but not McConnell's office itself. I think that there's no question that he's pretty busy right now. He's both trying to figure out whether and how they can resurrect this ratification process safely, but also remember, he's got to deal with an insurrection within his own party, these 13, 14, 15 Republican senators who, at least earlier today, wanted to challenge the Electoral College results. What are they going to do now? Have they had a change of heart? Are they at least paring back the number of states that they want to challenge? And so these are the kinds of things that he needs to really get a feel for before he can decide what his next move is.
We are reaching an important.
Hello.
We are reaching an important moment. We
How are you
just
today?
10 minutes away from the DC curfew at 6 p.m., which is to be enforced by arrest. You can see the police, these pictures now, pushing back this mob, telling them to
how are you?
home. Chris Van Cleve is right there. Chris?
Well, Nora, the group of people we were talking about up at the base of the Capitol, you can see here the police, as you pan over, you can see the police here with their riot shields and their helmets have pushed the crowd back to the street now, completely clearing the west lawn of the Capitol. These demonstrators, these protesters are not happy about it. They have been hurling a lot of obscenities at the police as they've been pushed back. They feel they have the right to be on the Capitol grounds. They see it as...
Yep. Oh, no, okay, sorry. Wait, hold on. Somebody linked this tweet from Jimmy Dore. I thought this was in reference to today, and I was about to... Oh, God, we haven't even gone close to going hard on Jimmy Dore yet. But no, this is from yesterday. It's still incredibly fucking stupid. And the, hey, I've got a huge audience right now. Hey, listen up. The fucking force the vote thing was a massive grift, okay? All the arguments they made were contradictory. One day it's they're standing in the way of the healthcare. The other day it's, well, we just need to find out a list of people who do or do not support it. It was consistently advocated for by people who have a long-standing beef with any kind of electoral viability. And Jimmy Dore's anger with politicians always seems to correspond to those politicians who don't come on a show and get in beef. That's it. It's as simple as that. He recently put down millions of dollars for a fucking home in Southern California. This dude has absolutely no principles whatsoever. He has built an entire fucking career on meaningless antagonism, giving voice to a bunch of emotional dipshits who think they're left-leaning but actually aren't. It's a complete fucking grift. Don't listen to his bullshit, okay? Jimmy Dore is a hack and a coward, and if he ever makes the mistake of talking to me, I'll be sure to tell him this to his face, okay? There we go. Sorry. Gotta take advantage of the audience while I have it.
By the police, that has been witnessed this year, and we've covered those stories. But at this moment, you see what is a job by law enforcement from all around what we call the DMV, which is DC, Maryland, Virginia effort, trying to secure the United States Capitol so that they can continue with the work of the day.
Chris, are you still there? Dead.
Yes, Nora, I'm here.
By the way, guys, the reason why chat isn't working right now is because my website is literally not built to handle the load that it's getting. I'm very, very sorry. Okay? I've been given charts on the back-end server taxing that you guys are doing. There's nothing we can do to upgrade the servers during the live stream. Really sorry. This is the largest stream we've ever had. Sorry. There are limits, okay? There are limits.
One man as far away as Montana, another
7 minutes
from Los Angeles, one from West Virginia. In fact, one of the people that was
Damn, really?
Here a few minutes ago was asking, where is the town hall? If they've got a curfew, I want to protest at the town hall. So, and also, DC
They're not that far from it.
is a heavily, right, they're not far. DC is a heavily Democratic community. The people that live in Washington, D.C.
If DC was a state, I think it would be the most liberal state in the country. I think like 88% of voters in DC vote Democrat, which is why we should support DC statehood. It's basically 2 guaranteed Democratic senators. I mean, come on. Plus some electoral college clout.
From some very, very old to people that had brought their children out here and sort of everywhere in between.
Looks like,
a lot of
Chris,
the
it looks like largely a white male crowd.
Yeah, it was a predominantly white crowd. There was a mix of men and women, but predominantly white men. I think that's a fair thing.
The little, like, nervous face emojis and stuff?
Would make the point that they said, look, we're the good Midwestern folks who feel like we haven't been heard, they're hoping their message was heard today, and they wanted. I was talking to a woman actually right about here, right before the police got here, and she was questioning who the bad actors were that actually went into the Capitol, who that mob was.
White.
She said that doesn't sound like Trump supporters.
That's fucking
nuts.
She was shaking her head at it too.
We are now just 5 minutes away from a curfew in our nation's capital, following a day in which a mob has stormed our nation's capital. and inflamed all by angry Trump speech earlier in the day and his supporters. We heard from the president-elect Joe Biden, who called on Trump to demand an end to this siege. President Trump, in a videotaped message, then said to the crowd, "Go home and we love you," and once again repeating the falsehood there had been a fraudulent election. A number of senators and lawmakers still on Capitol Hill. Earlier we had heard that they were evacuated, but to be clear, we've heard they're still there.
What happens if they fuck off tonight but come back tomorrow? I don't fucking know. I'm not in charge of DC police regulations. I do know this, though. A lot of them are not going to be obeying this curfew.
In the day. And now you can see what an extraordinary picture right there. Law enforcement in front of a lit-up U.S. Capitol.
Right, and to Chris's point from a moment ago, there might be those who will be disbelieving that this was Trump supporters who stormed the Capitol. It can be unambiguously stated that it was. They draped Trump flags on the Capitol, adorning it as if they were taking it over by some manner of force. It strikes me, Nora, that we ought to pause for a second and remember what the president said at his acceptance speech of the Republican nomination standing in front of the White House back in August. He said that Republicans were the party of law and order, that Democrats, if elected to the president and other seats in Congress, would unleash lawlessness in our country, and they would inflict mob violence on monuments, on sacred parts of the American community, and in our streets. Just take that in for a second. Remember those words from the president. He said, those were the stakes, at least in part, of this presidential election. That Democrats would unleash mobs
apparently Trump
that would
removed
attack
this
our
video.
most sacred values, institutions, and streets of our country. He didn't say it once. He said it more than once. One other point, Nora, and I think you were beginning to allude to it.
No, it's right here. Who said it was removed? It's right here.
I know your pain. I know you.
Oh, they took it off Facebook. I see.
You're hurt. We had an
12.5 million views.
election that was stolen from us.
Yeah, we saw this earlier. Is it refreshing to hear these journos kind of going hard on conservatives tonight? This isn't hard on conservatives. I don't know how, like, severe... I don't want to sound like I'm over-exaggerating it, but this is literally like a president-sanctioned act of sedition. This is a terrorist attack on the fucking federal Capitol. If it was any other political group, if it was ecological terrorists, if it was hippies, if it was students, if it was black people, whatever, then they would have been gunned down on the lawn, okay? It is only because these are Trump supporters. That is the only reason that they survived making it in. This is the United States, okay? Our country goes fucking hard, all right? When it comes to defending state power, we don't fuck around. This isn't fucking New Zealand, okay? We don't let people run into our capitals and do a little fucking dance while the politicians just sit in the back room clapping and waiting it out, okay? This is America. And if everybody gets to die when they make a step against the Capitol, except Trump supporters, and now I have to hear a bunch of reporters talking about how, well, listen, not all these people were violent protesters, okay? A lot of them just came here to support their president. I'm gonna fucking throw myself. I can't believe it. Bastiat going after Shu? What is this? Hey, Shu on head, I hope your LARP here was fun. The MAGAs actually tried this today and now someone's dead. But I'm sure next time somebody storms Congress, it'll be for the right reasons and it will all work out.
They're everywhere, apparently.
The Congress building together. Man, this is pretty dumb from Bastiat. Schoenhead is pretty clearly signaling like left-leaning revolt here, so I don't think this is comparable. But Bastiat's an unironic neo-lib, so he's going to compare any violent action against the government to itself. Curfew's on!
Presence on Capitol Hill. We can expect now, and I'm curious what's happening inside the control center that is directing all of this law enforcement.
Do we have any other news feeds? I'll surf around them for a bit.
They will be in terms of arrests. This crowd will now disperse into the district, which has banned indoor dining. You cannot go inside a bar and have a cocktail. That's just not permitted because the first time now, we're going to mention this, there is a pandemic raging across America.
Meanwhile,
D.C. has not been one of the worst places because it has enforced a very strict mask mandate policy, and of course
was from congressional leadership. A lot of the clamoring to reconvene has come from rank and file members throughout the day, but not the leaders who set the agenda. Senator McConnell, the Republican leader, is encouraging fellow senators that they will resume tonight at some point in order to project strength after what went on today. And Congressman Jim Clyburn, the House Majority Whip, the lead vote counter for House Democrats, says that they will resume tonight, continue the business of, he uses the incorrect word, certifying the Electoral College votes, but a signal from House leaders that run the floor that they will.
This is the first time we are mentioning it tonight, but there is a pandemic going on.
By former President George W. Bush, who has just put out a statement saying this is how election results are disputed in a banana republic, not our democratic republic. I am appalled by the reckless behavior of some political leaders since the election and by the lack of respect shown today for our institutions. Appalled.
What do we got, Trump? What do we got today? These are the things and events which happen when a sacred landslide election victory is so unceremoniously and viciously stripped away from great patriots who have been badly and unfairly treated for so long. Go home with love and in peace. Remember this day forever. He's justifying it. Nice meme. He approves of everything that's taken place here. Remember this day forever. I actually like this because he comes off like a mob boss here. It's very impressive how sinister this comes off. Hey everyone, all right, time to go home. Remember, these things happen when we're not treated fairly. Now let's go home. Love and peace, baby. Remember what happened here today. It's simultaneously trying to come off like he's above the violence, but he's going to take credit for all the fear it instilled. Wait, did my tweet just... Wait, no, my Twitter glitched. Uh-oh, hold on. I swear to God, I thought he was going to say the storm has come. Yeah, I'm really surprised he hasn't. Like, why not, right? Jesus. Let's see what we got.
Memories for a very long time. And I'm deeply afraid for what it means for the future of our democracy.
Holy shit, can we hit 50,000 people watching tonight? What a record that would be. Hey, if you're watching, you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe.
Arizona objectors were being heard. As a member of the Pennsylvania delegation, we were scheduled to have our objections and responses heard next. I was planning to speak during that, so I was just up in the gallery waiting. We were all on pretty high alert because we were aware of the protests outside, and things started to get very, very ramped up. At one point, there was commotion out in the hallway outside of the gallery, and the Capitol Police came in and started locking us in, barricading the doors. Obviously, that was a very frightening, intense situation. The Speaker of the House and a few other in leadership were removed from the House floor. somebody came, I think somebody from the Sergeant at Arms team over the microphone and told people to look under their chairs for gas masks that were in use.
I'm so sorry. I can't believe online lefties, dude. Fucking VDS is real. When Vosh says we should disappear fascists, he knowingly invokes the neoliberal state terrorism of Argentina, where about 30,000 leftists and their families were disappeared by the state, called los desaparecidos. Something in that order. Neolib dog whistle. Ah, yes. When you say democracy can't coexist with fascism, that truly is a dog whistle to the neoliberal state terrorism of Argentina. Oh, God. God help me.
Fired, and we were told to get down. And then I don't know how long that lasted. I honestly don't remember.
Looks like chat stalled.
We were able to secure the hallway again, and we were able to evacuate.
Where did you stay securely after all of this happened?
Well, I'm still where we were taken, but we're not at liberty to disclose where we are. There's about 300 to 400 of us in one location, and we've been here ever since we were evacuated.
And all of you are packed in there together.
Save.
Are you concerned about coronavirus?
Very much so. It's what I would call a COVID super spreader event. About half of the people in the room are not wearing masks. Even though they've been offered surgical masks, they've refused to wear them.
Who are these people?
People from the Republican delegation. Not all of them by any means. I don't mean to suggest that they all have, but some of the newer members from this that are freshmen this year are openly flaunting that they will not wear a mask and refusing to put a mask on.
Wow.
And just as a reminder,
Color me
members
surprised.
of Congress required to be tested?
We're not required.
Thank you, Representative Susan Wild. You know, we've hit a point now where the site is under such duress that chat is no longer functioning, period. And YouTube chat was disabled a while ago, which puts me in a funny position. Now it basically just feels like recording a video offline. If I were to take a guess, I would say that the majority of the action
Didn't see that
is
one
done for
coming.
today, at least for the federal capital, and that in all likelihood there's going to be a subsequent string of arrests that take place outside as people violate the curfew. But it seems like they were able to clear the Capitol without much bloodshed, which suggests to me that there probably isn't going to be any mounted armed resistance outside, unless something wild happens.
I'm astonished.
Obviously, we have all the other state capitals as well.
I never would have
Other
seen it
state
coming.
capitals that were enforcing their own curfews at 6 p.m., which of course isn't always at the same time because of time zones, but that's going to be interesting.
Fucking idiots.
I'm in Washington. I don't actually know if I'm going to go to the Washington Capitol at the moment. Washington Capitol. Who knows? Let's see. 8 minutes ago. No, wait, that's the U.S. Capitol. Washington. Oh, wait, Washington, like Washington, D.C. Washington State. Trump supporters rally at Washington State Capitol in Olympia over election results. Hundreds rally peacefully in Olympia as chaos reigns in nation's capital. Oh, okay. I'm glad they're getting along well. Yeah. Oh, God. Well, we've got good news and bad news here, people. The bad news is that I wasn't being I wasn't exaggerating when I said that my mouth felt earlier as though I'd been eating a bunch of pine cones. And, live streaming has been a little bit painful for my jaw. Should probably give that a bit of a rest. It looks like things are calming down right now. So with all that in mind, I'm going to wrap it up with a segment, evidently one without my chat, and then I'm going to head off. We have hit, I think we capped out at around 48,000 viewers. 48,000 viewers this stream, which is extraordinary. An extraordinary number. But of course today's not really about that, but it's still happy. Yeah, it makes me happy. So I'll say this. I am not Tremendous fan of America. I'm not a tremendous fan of this country or its laws or its history, but I do like people, and I want those people to be happy. That's why I care about the things I care about. It's not really any misplaced sense of national investment.
Yeah.
It's really just I care about the people. And I care about people outside of America.
I was just wondering if this
While we're focusing on America, there are people who claim to love America
Yeah.
who, in fact, despise it in every meaningful way.
Yeah, it's fine.
There are people who will lay claim to its mantle, who will call themselves American
this
patriots,
on
clothing,
Saturday,
with
and the opposite
but they hate everything about this country. They hate its
like
laws,
minutes later,
Cops.
they hate its constitution, they
White
abide by it, they disagree with the principles of the founding fathers, they dislike the Enlightenment and the things which it implies, and they hate the people in this country. They hate its immigrants, they hate its people of color, they hate its women, they hate
and this jacket.
I care
It
very
works.
much about people in this country, which is why I say with the greatest of confidence that our enemies are anti-American. The Trump supporters, the terrorists who laid siege to the federal capitol today would have been gunned down if they had belonged to any other group. But no, because they're Trump supporters, because they're conservatives and white, they were allowed to enter. The police opened up the barricades and allowed them peacefully to enter the capitol to
That's fine.
ransack the offices of our elected officials because they wanted to overturn the democratic results of an election. That's the only reason why they did what they did. Because they were mad that Trump lost by 7 million votes, and because they were encouraged by Trump by a massive media apparatus to reject the democratic results in error and to storm the Capitol. And the state capitals as well. Some state capitals have also seen similar incidents. Some of them have seen...
Oh yeah, because you can go to church.
We got some
Yeah.
news today that my chat broke, which is why it looks like that. But the main reason so many people showed up wasn't because of me, it was because you were all terrified. You were terrified because, and rightfully so, this is the closest America has gotten since the Civil War to a real split, to real sedition, a real uprising.
Maybe it depends on how cold it is.
This uprising did not come at the hand of did not come at the hand of leftists, real revolutionaries, humanists of any kind, really of decent people, but they came at the hands of supremacists
Let him back you.
brainwashed by the state and by
I'm live streaming.
and
They
I
came
cannot
back.
say harshly enough how ill I wish these people, because they are threats to our way of life. They have to make up stories about us being threats to them, you know? Conservatives, they make up
God,
stories
glitter.
about how Joe Biden wants to get rid of religion.
That's how you die.
He wants to take away Christmas. He wants to take away religion. He's going to take away straight marriage. He's going to take away all this stuff. And they make it up. They make it up in their heads. They can cry about it. They, you know, like that comic where the guy makes the little cardboard cutout monsters. He builds them and sets them up, and then he cries in the fetal position in front of them. But the threats we face are real. Trump supporters are anti-democracy. They are anti-democracy. They don't like democracy, as evidenced by their behavior. They are anti-immigrant. They are anti-black. They are anti-racial equality. They're anti-trans or whatever. They really do want to take away our way of life. And when I see such egregious demonstrations of their power, such as to storm the federal capitol, being met with virtually no resistance by the government, I really have to wonder. I have to wonder about that old adage.
Yeah, not up top.
About liberalism being incapable of fighting off fascism. And to a large extent, it's true. Liberals are too conciliatory. They are too weak. They are unwilling to preserve the foundational principles that a democratic society needs in order to operate effectively. Liberals can't do it. They're not, they don't have the heart. We do. And we need to recognize that over the next few years,
It doesn't look like a suit jacket if you do the thing on top.
our job to be that vanguard against fascism. We need to be effective advocates for anti-fascism. That old saying, bash the fash, right? I don't know why lefties have dropped this. So many lefties seem to think it's uncool to fight with Trump supporters, you know? Why? What we saw today was genuinely terrifying. So I hope all of you will join me in making it a personal mission to rid from your life, to whatever extent you can, fascism from every aspect of American society. That we will be able to provide people something better. No? I hope you agree, at least. Chat's so frozen. Oh, God. There will be severe repercussions for this, of course. Ilhan Omar is drafting articles of impeachment. I think it was Cori Bush who was, what did Cori Bush say that she was going to do? What was it exactly? Cori Bush has introduced a resolution calling for the expulsion of Republican members of Congress who aided and enabled whatever this bullshit. So that's good. We'll see how that plays out. I love you all very much. You are all beautiful people. We'll upgrade the servers so the next time we have a big lump of people here, we'll have an easier time handling the load, accommodating. Be well, people. I should be able to stream soon. Take care of yourselves. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. All right. Peace out.
Okay. Now to see if someone else is covering it. Yes. Let us start from beginning. Stop.
Hey, why? Like, why do you think that? What I've found with my friends who I've had to sit down and have conversations about this with, a lot of times it comes down to what YouTube they're guzzling down. I had a friend who moved like more and more to the right and became more and more extreme over the years, and I ended up having to let him go. But I found out that the reason for that was that he was watching a shit ton of the quartering. And that was... ugh. Had really good luck with a costume gacha on a game I play. I like costume gachas, though I prefer being able to just buy skins outright as opposed to dealing with like a randomized system, but I don't mind having a randomized system for skins if that's like the free way to get them, like how League does it, where you can get skins randomly for free, but if you want to get specific ones, you have to purchase.
Was it in his way or something?
Sorry, I had a thing I'm trying to take care of. Randomized loot is fun if you don't have to pay for it. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. Like, I don't mind randomized loot so long as it's not me paying for the gamble. Or if you have it set in such a way where, like, pay $10 for this skin, or pay $5 for a random skin. Like, okay, well, I could get 2 skins at random. No idea what they'll be, but I could get one skin that I want for $10. I don't mind that as much either. Apparently, 100%ing Paper Mario the Origami King is really difficult for some reason, and the game doesn't tell you. I can't think of a single game that tells you that it will be difficult to 100% this game. I can't think of one that does that off the top of my head.
I'm confused.
What's the deal with Pence? So Pence is supposed to be counting the votes for the Electoral College today. That's what's going on with Pence right now. On the matter of randomized loot, yeah, it's good when it's part of the gameplay loop and isn't microtransactions. Yep, I agree. If you die even once, your 100% is ruined in Paper Mario. That's weird. I guess there's something that you have to have perfect for that, then. A lot of opportunities.
Who's talking?
Currency. Opening loot boxes is fun, but not getting anything for hours sucks. Yep. I tried to talk to him, but he kept getting on about marriage and sex being sacred. Yeah, that's the... Again, though, usually with people like that, you have to ask them why. Well, these things are sacred. Why? Like, is this sacred because it's a religious thing or because it's a tradition thing? Because if it's a religious thing, then you start questioning the religion, and if it's a like, there are people of different religions that get married. At that point, you say, well, should Jewish people be able to get married? Should people who are pagan be allowed to get married? I mean, it's supposed to be sacred. Wouldn't somebody of a different religion necessarily be violating the sanctity of marriage if it's because it's a Christian tradition? And if it's just the traditionalism, if it's
Because
just
that is not who he's
wouldn't the
talking.
sanctity of marriage be... You're basically saying it's good because it's old? Like, you're engaging in the appeal to tradition fallacy at that point. And if that's the case, then I don't see any merit to it, personally. Let me see if I can add a thing here real quick. Okay, let me add source. It's going to be called donation goal. I'm going to see what I can do here.
About the glitter?
Hold on. Give me just a second. This will basically take care of Bill stuff, so let's go end after... What day is today? Wednesday? I guess that means it would end after, like, 1:11? I guess that would be good. The date must be in month date format. Okay, so I have to put a 0 in. Is that what you need me to do? Goal date must end to the... Oh, God, it's not 2020 anymore. Of course it's not 2020 anymore. I'm stupid. I am what you would call an idiot. There we go. Okay, so one of the things a couple of things we're going to be doing today, and we're going to be trying to do a little differently in the future. Before, I've had to have, like, random fundraisers for when shit hits the fan. I've never actually had, like, donation goals set up as a standard thing. So I'm going to start trying to have donation goals pop up as a more standard thing on the channel.
So was he just doing a regular live stream when this shit happened?
Something else broke. That is in the rule set of our server. Which, by the way... That's a joke? I'll just tell them that I'm waiting. It'll be fun. Not like how it's technically radical to advocate for universal health care in the United States. Fair enough. Give me a second.
Oh my god, he was just live streaming when it happened.
Hold on, I need to see here.
RIP.
Just sending a thing there. Apparently the Discord drama is just doing its thing. So God, I just looked at the Discord. You need brain bleach. I'm sorry, Ghost Chan. Brain bleach will be provided at generous prices.
This looks wrong.
Okay. Any update from DC? Not that I've seen yet. Not that I've seen yet. Though I do need to actually get to the next topic, I think. Though, I feel like my lighting is a lot darker on me right now than it should be. Let me see if I can change that. Can I? Properties. Color space, color range full. Buffering. No, I'm not going to do that. Never mind. I don't want to fuck with my camera anymore. I remember the dark days. No behaving, streaks of...
I can't draw shapes. Son of a bitch.
Okay.
Stop.
No behaving, just chaos. God, I cannot read that name. Jesus. So there's a live stream of them at a Capitol building gates, but it's not like a war zone or anything. Yeah, not right now. Not a war zone right now. Luckily. Oh, I'm sorry, Growlithe. I did not mean to hurt you. Come up here. Okay, you want to lay back down this time. I just had to scooch. That's all. I just had to scooch. Lay back down.
Why do you have to call the doctor for your dad?
We do have one super chat that came in 37 minutes ago, and it was haste based on try saying something substantive instead of BSing about semantics. Don't hurt the pupper. I'm not trying to hurt the pupper. I'm not. I'm not trying to. I just rolled back, and she was just like, ow. Okay. How could I hurt the pupper? I didn't hurt the pupper! She just got upset! She's still here. She's still laying down. I just rolled back, and she wasn't very happy about it. Fine, we get Fs. We get Fs in chat for Growlithe. Lots of Fs in the chat for Growlithe. That's what it's gonna take. Why is my stuff taking so long to load? F. We have many. Said, Surus? What's going on, Pika? Which protests today? Which ones?
I have a song in my head that I think you would like, Q. Do you know the song Bottom of the River?
Jesus. People there are armed in front of the Capitol building. Proud Boys supporting the orange one. Oh, great. Great, great, great. I love having a country on fire. It's my favorite. The Proud Boys are literal children. Truly and honestly. Apparently there's been gunfire heard in the Senate chamber. Wait, what? Inside the Senate chamber? That's a bit yikes.
I see.
Wow, that video is just doing horrible on views. I guess nobody likes Rand Paul. To be fair, I don't either. My country's still worse. Nothing will hear me. Nothing will convince me otherwise. Not that I would expect it to. Hopefully it was just an idiotic megachug shooting themselves in the foot. But people have actually stormed the Capitol because of the shit that's been going on. Imagine being in a country very slowly crawling off a cliff. That's basically what's going on with the States right now. Like, honestly, Proud Boys are dollar store brown shirts. I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that. That statement's actually pretty accurate to how I feel about the Proud Boys. Watched a video on the Proud Boys, and that was interesting. Sarah's Vosh is going on stream about this despite being in pain after his root canal. Yeah, what? There's a live stream about what's going on in DC right now, right? Can someone link me the live stream? DC... okay. Save America rally. I guess we have to change... Oh my god, okay. I guess we have to change the name of the stream now. Jesus Christ.
It's a good song.
I guess that's what we're doing now.
Mini drums, very good. Delicious, tasty.
Okay. Neat. Oh. Sorry. That's my depressing channel numbers. That's not what I meant to show. I meant to go to the Save America rally. But if anybody's curious what it's like to have negative 50% on all of your channel numbers, I could tell you. Okay, let's take a look here. What's going on? I love how people are still... I don't get it. How are people still this desperate to just suck Trump's mushroom?
Where?
Like,
oh, yeah.
Do they not realize he's already lost? They're just waving "Stop the Steal." The guy that sat there and begged for 11,000 votes, this is their guy.
I'm not hearing from
Teeth, teeth.
this live stream? Is it just watching a bunch of really upset Trump supporters? Do these fuckers really think it was stolen?
Thief. No, it's by Delta Ray. It's a really good song. It's got a really good drum beat. It's been in my head all day. It's driving me nuts.
People were really upset that their favorite fat man didn't get in.
The news media has been dividing this country.
Yeah?
You are to blame.
Wait, do they not... For the last 4 years, the news media has been dividing this country. You do know that, like... If memory serves, wasn't it Reagan who was the one that put in that implemented the rules that said that you could have partisan media and you didn't have to show both sides of any story? Shouldn't you be blaming the person who changed the rules for them? So I'm just trying to find, like, is anything substantial
Hot chocolate sounds really
happening?
good.
Well, of course they don't have any. Well, some people have masks. Some people do. But most people don't. Most people just don't care if they infect others.
Ugh.
Jesse, do you have an iPhone cord on you? Same. Yep. And
Okay,
I left
hold
my
on.
external charger in there. Okay. Yeah, I'm at 12%.
So CNN said some people got inside. Yeah, my friend just sent me a message pointing out that some people got inside as well. So what's going on with that? Let's see if we can't... Capitol breached. Capitol breached by protesters. Supporters of President Donald Trump.
When I came into the building, we were given very clear instructions not to use it. The front of the Capitol, we were told not to drive onto the Capitol Plaza, to go through the back ways, and that's what we were doing. On the way to my office, we saw street closures. Something was happening at the NRCC, so streets were closed off. So we knew there was a lot of activity, and we were told by Capitol Police to stay away from the Capitol. Do not go outside. That there was altercations happening. I also know they're calling, security that was off today to come in. So it's they're trying to get as much help as they can get.
As you said, it's going to be a long night. We hope you stay safe. We hope you can.
Do you have happy cocoa?
And that the Capitol Police can get control of the situation at the U.S. Capitol.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on here. CNN, shortly after 1 p.m., hundreds of Trump protesters pushed through the barrier set up along the perimeter of the Capitol, where they tussled with officers in full riot gear, some calling the officers traitors for doing their jobs. Isn't it funny how these are the same people that kept telling us that BLM protesters should be respecting the police? Same people!
Big ass mood.
So about 90 minutes later, police said demonstrators got into the building and the doors of the House and Senate were being locked. Shortly after, the House floor was evacuated by police. Vice President Mike Pence was also evacuated from the Capitol, where he was to perform his role in counting the...
How are you?
That's what this is about. It's literally just them trying to stop Pence from counting the electoral votes. They knew they lost. And that's a...
Okay,
that
real
upsets
quick.
them
Here,
so
looky.
much.
Pretty.
Video from inside the Capitol showed Trump supporters marching through Saturday Hall. The U.S. Capitol Police is asking for additional law enforcement for assistance, including federal authorities, per source familiar. The source says that there are several suspicious devices outside the Capitol building. The Capitol
I'm
building
going to-
officer in the House chamber told lawmakers that they need to duck under the chairs
Yes,
and
very pretty.
informed
Okay,
lawmakers
good,
that
good, good.
protests were in the building's rotunda. Or the protesters were in the building's
If
rotunda.
I could draw
Remember,
a stable
BLM does
line,
this and they freak the fuck
that
out.
would be
They're super angry.
fantastic.
But as soon as it's Trump supporters, as soon as it's about Trump,
I'm sorry,
they
honey.
get to go and try to overthrow. Now, I already did a thing where I pointed out that you do have a right to protest. You do have a right to even overthrow your government if you don't feel like it's representing you correctly. So it's not that
Please,
they're not
let me draw a stable
doing something
line.
horrible and all that shit. I'm
That
just
was good.
wondering why they can't have that same energy
Good.
when
Okay.
other people do the same thing. But flashbangs could be heard near the steps of the Capitol as smoke filled the
Let me
air.
get
In
all
some
these words done
instances,
while I have the
officers can be
thingy.
seen deploying pepper spray. Tear gas has been deployed, but it's not clear whether
Stable
by
line,
protesters
stable
or
line,
police,
stable
and police wipe tears from their eyes
Stable
while coughing.
line, stable line.
Washington mayor just announced a citywide curfew from 6 p.m. Eastern until 6 a.m. Thursday. This is a breaking story and will be updated. I don't want the point here.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'll probably be coloring
yeah,
them.
they're not protesting the government. They're
Or
protesting
shading.
democracy. Therein lies the
It
difference
depends.
here. So like a BLM protest is basically going, hey, stop killing us. Our lives matter. Right? This is them protesting democracy. Protesting the idea that we can even have a democratic election. Like, that's functionally what's happening here. But anything else going on over on this side, or is it just watching the same crowd? Nobody's moved. I think they're all in the same place. There's no such thing as a protest in favor of government. But there is a protest in favor of politicians, which is what this is. Okay, so apparently there's a... Give me 1 second. There's been movement. They just all look the same. Okay, look. Okay, we're gonna...
Bye.
The same thing here. Alright, let's pause that
Okay.
real quick.
Yeah, I saw you
US
followed
Capitol
me. Thank
lockdown as
you.
far-right protesters enter the building. Wow. He just looks so upset. He looks incredibly upset. Oh my god, he's got a Q shirt! Of course he's got a Q shirt! Nope! 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 We're not doing it! We're not doing it! That actually hurt quite a bit. Zuru, why do you make darts with plastic inserts? They hurt, Zuru. They're painful. But of course it's fucking QAnoners. These people worship Trump like a fucking god. You weren't supposed to shoot them point blank. Look. Look. I know I'm not supposed to. But I will anyway. Why is my blitz fire up here? Why is it missing a single round? Why is there a random round not chambered in my blitz fire? Okay, that doesn't matter. The blitz fire doesn't matter right now. Do you think they'll actually change or stop anything? No, they're just going to make people lose all of their faith in democracy. Which, if the entire country loses its faith in the democratic process, then all we have left is fucking stage coups. Stage coups. Police have alerted individuals to shelter in place, citing a security threat inside the building. Staff have been urged to move inside offices, hide and lock external doors and windows. House lawmakers are now being evacuated from the House floor, according to pool reporters. Banging on the doors and House floor by protesters is audible. So, I have a question. With all this shit going on, you know what would be easy? The easiest thing for the president to do. The easiest thing for Trump to do. Easiest thing in the world. Would be for him to just go outside and say, hey guys, accept it. I lost.
Where's the opening?
Stop trying to destroy the government and your neighborhoods. All Trump would have to do is tell them to stop. These people worship his every move.
Too much cocoa?
But what is he saying, actually? Oh, shit, we've got a photo of a Trump rioter inside the Senate chamber, too. I just looked up Trump on Twitter. Guns drawn inside the Capitol. Trump, what are you saying about this? Please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They are truly on the side of the country. Stay peaceful. Just tell them to go home. Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what should have been done. What? What? Okay, so, let me get this straight.
Oh, is there that much lag?
You, in one tweet, right here, please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. But then you go, Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what should have been done to protect our country and our Constitution, giving states a chance to certify a corrected set of facts, not a fraudulent or inaccurate ones. Dude, by you spouting shit like this, which is unfucking true, you are causing this. This is your fault. You are the cause. This is literally a direct result of you saying shit like this. It's like his goal is just chaos. It's just chaos. All this man wants is power and chaos. He's a fucking chaos god from Warhammer without actually having any of the charisma. He's Save America March in Washington, D.C. He's super happy about this shit. As guns are getting drawn on his constituents. This is what this fucker wants. This is what he needs. Okay, what else is in here? Somebody points out this was at a BLM protest last summer. Today they let Trump supporters into the Capitol building, denied National Guard support. Of course, like I said, when it's at a BLM rally, violence enacted against them. But when it's Trump supporters, different energy, different fucking story. Apparently, we're watching a check being cashed that Trump wrote. Yep. Armed standoff outside of the United States Senate as Trump supporters invade the United States Capitol. I'm increasingly unsure that Donald Trump will still be president on January 19th. Increasingly unsure! 1 minute ago! There have been shots fired into the House chamber by violent seditionists he deliberately incited. Seth Abramson! How can you not be sure? At this point, dude lost. Or is it that they just don't know if he'll be president on January 19th after all this? Who would dare to deny if these were black or brown Muslims that they would already be dead? Trump's coup must be prosecuted, every enabler sent to prison. Hey, what was that Rick Wiles said in that video we did earlier on him about, about what to do to traitors? He was perfectly ready for them all to get the firing squad. Is he going to maintain that same energy here? Do you wonder? For every minute Trump stays silent, the DOJ should ask for another year to be tacked onto his sentence for sedition and inciting violence. Any chance he was going to avoid being prosecuted is out the damn window. Like, dude. I just don't understand how all this shit can be happening right now. And yet, these people are happy about it. These people celebrate it.
Now for the
What else has
scoots.
gone on here? What
I
else
love
is
that
happening?
called scoots. Billy
That
scoots.
quality is bad. Okay.
Well, we had stormed into the
Billy scoots.
and there was a young lady who rushed through the windows. A number of police and Secret Service were saying, get back, get down, get out of the way. She didn't heed the call, and as we kind of raced up to grab people,
Billy.
they shot her in the neck, and she fell back on me and started to say she was fine at school, and then she started kind of like moving weird, and blood was coming out of her mouth and neck and nose. I don't know if she's alive or dead.
How did you get back out of there?
Riot police came in and started ushering us out with sticks.
Where did you enter the building?
You guys are responsible for getting yourselves killed now. Trump is responsible for leading his people to death.
Through all the chambers, just trying to get into Congress, whoever we could get into, and tell them that we need some kind of investigation into this. And what ends up happening is someone might have ended up dead, and that's not the kind of government we can have. People have to do something about it.
Do you need any help at all? EMS is right here.
I'm not injured. It could have been me, but she went in first.
Wait. We can't have the kind of government that does this, and yet you're the one that stormed a Capitol building, and it doesn't occur to you, because you're an idiot Trump supporter, it doesn't occur to you that breaking into a Capitol building might have the possibility, maybe, of getting yourself fucking shot. That didn't occur to you? That was a bad fucking idea? How? How is that not the first thing on your mind, that breaking into a Capitol building was a fucking bad idea? What kind of dumb shittery? What kind of dumb shittery has Trump convinced you of? You guys had a fucking firearm standoff with the government of the United States, and you wondered why something bad fucking happened.
I'm being called. 1 second. Okay, I return.
What?
Hi, Beaver.
And you vote! Oh my fucking god. Like, I'm upset that somebody might be dead. That is upsetting. But you're a fucking moron if you didn't think that this kind of behavior was going to lead to bodies on the floor. When people go to protest, usually they understand that there's going to be a measure of violence enacted on them, or the other way around. But this person is so shocked that it happened. This is a fucking kid. Wait. My guy? Congratulations. Welcome to the reason BLM rallies have been happening for years. You get it. Do you get it now? Do you understand? If you're upset because the state has the ability to enact violence on you, just that alone, congratulations. You should now be entirely empathetic to every single person who has ever participated in a BLM rally and had tear gas thrown at them, been beat by a cop. Congratulations.
Yes, I see you.
You now are on the other side of the beating stick. How does it feel? If you think that that's wrong, then I hope to see you at the next BLM rally. Honestly. Police. I sincerely hope we will have your support later. Of course, because you're being fucking stupid.
Are you off work or are you being naughty again?
Yeah, it could be. It could be. If you convince them to follow a cult leader who will willingly sacrifice their lives in order to get a shot at Pence. Yeah, it could be you if you let them get indoctrinated into a goddamn cult. Oh my god, are you gonna be one of those assholes? Is this fake news? Real news!
Yeah, I'm okay. I just had to take care of Sammy. He had to pee.
Okay, so what is this? I've just been sent this. Hold on. Oh, this is what's actually happening. And you guys are the ones that fucking get upset that BLM rallies happen. And yet the same shit. Oh my god. Okay.
Giving
so
her
what
the
else
good
is
belly
going
scoots.
on here? Is Trump gonna actually like say anything? Do anything? I'm asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful. No violence. We are the party of law and order. Okay, that needs to stop. Respect the law and our great men and women in blue. Thank you. Hey, Trump, have you ever considered that maybe doing this not on Twitter? Just doing, like, going out and doing a speech? Maybe now's the time to do a speech. What the fuck are you doing? Get off the shitter. I'm asking that everybody remain peaceful. No violence. Like, dude, have you considered maybe, that by just saying the simple statement, I lost, you do not need to protest my giving away of the seat to the next president, except that I'm a lame duck. Seems a protester broke into the Senate and sat in the well. Yep, I saw that. Trump is a keyboard warrior, so I don't care how heartless is that, but as anyone this protest is shot, I'm not feeling sorry for them. I'll feel sorry for them because it's not... So, okay, look, let me lay it out this way. How easy is it to get indoctrinated into a cult? It is very easy, especially if you're vulnerable. These people are stupid. They are idiotic. But at the end of the day, they are still people. And likely they are people who are hurting.
Mm-hmm.
And that hurt has led them to this state. The state of affairs where they're willing to break in and do shit. Why? Protests don't happen for no reason. How vulnerable are these people that this is what they ended up resorting to? Now, we know when stuff like this happens where BLM rallies are concerned, we know exactly what made them vulnerable. We understand. It's being jaded from being killed in the streets by police officers. We get that. But what happened here? To be so easy to whip up into a frenzy by a single man that you're willing to get yourself shot at his behest.
Scoots.
There's no reason this should be happening. I recognize the sound cut out for a second there. I recognize it did. Yeah, I recognize the sound went out. That was my bad. I muted the microphone for a sneeze, and then I thought I unmuted it. I apparently did not. No, it was not you, Dustin. I just... Anything else?
Scoots.
Trump? Anything else, buddy? No, okay. Let's go back over here. Anything else that's going to be going? We just skimmed to see if they're doing any more interviews with people. No, their sound cut out now. Oh, we got a speech now, apparently.
Why do they always sound like they're from my city?
Okay, so now you're rallying the Christians.
I get I live in the South, but give
Do you
me
guys
a
have
break.
any better quality for this? It's just breaking up so much. Miaskill, send me that information. Send me that info. Because if Giuliani is calling for a trial by combat...
Thank you. Yes, we'll do.
I would hope we'd be able to overcome this issue, but apparently it's not happening. Yeah, woman was tested for gunshot wounds. Or treated for gunshot wounds. We should get a panel together. Hold on, let's see. Let me go see what's going on at Vosh's thing right now.
Yes, Union Station, we want to walk that way.
Hold on. Where is the send a message to Vosh real quick.
Warner just tweeted out that he's
Ugh. That sounds painful.
No, Vosh is not live yet. Oh no, he is.
As far as I'm concerned, a very necessary prerequisite for civilization.
He is on right now.
Going on behind the scenes. I cannot think of any other possible beyond that.
Oh my god, I have to register to use the chat. Give me a sec. Of course I need to log into my account. Okay, there we go.
Can you imagine if they deployed the National Guard and the Trump was like, all right, National Guard, break down those doors, let them in. What the fuck? Our system's so broken. Hell will. Kill me.
Guys, bug Vosh. Oh my god.
Trending page on Twitter is down. Yeah, this is the closest we've come since the Civil War to an outright collapse of the government. How cool is that? I'm using cool very loosely. Not really in the Senate has literally never adjourned due to
What the fuck?
history, not even during the Civil War did they do this. Yeah. Oh shit.
I don't think he's checking his Discord right now.
That the request for the National Guard is being analyzed.
That's fine. We're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to keep on figuring out what's going on here. Let's see what's going on with the Save America rally here right now. Closing in on 500,000 people watching the rally. Watching Donald Trump speak at the Ellipse on our YouTube channel alone. Look at the people who are so happy about this. Okay, so what else is going on with this right now? Trump, Cruz, and company inspired, encouraged, and in a very real sense organized this riot. This is a coup attempt by Trump and company in their naked, unprincipled quest to unconstitutionally retain power. Yep! Police have asked us to get gas masks out as there have been tear gas used in the rotunda. American patriots, any security breach or disrespect to law enforcement is unacceptable. The violence will stop immediately. Please be respectful. So, you know, the violence wouldn't have started in the first place had you guys not been you, frankly.
Royal blue.
Okay, what is going on here? January 6th, Rudy Giuliani calls for trial by combat at unhinged Trump rally. Okay, let's go ahead and... So many tabs to keep track of now. Jesus Christ. Dustin Mims with a $5 super. Hope we can recover from this. I'm so worried that even with Joe Biden, we're still on track for a country collapse. Could be, but let's see. No, the fuck they wouldn't! You don't get unqualified people to do any job!
Yellow.
No, Rudy!
Yellow, orange. That's too orange.
Dude, the Supreme Court's already ruled against you.
Right eye.
What?
Left eye. Right eye.
Of course you guys are. Name the expert. Okay. Okay. If they've been doing that for years to favor the Democrats, then why haven't the Democrats won every election? Why would they willingly give something over to Trump? Where? Proof, then.
The USA do be a dumpster fire, yeah.
Wait, why? Hold on. Why is it that conveniently you had this information right before the day where this shit matters, so that you can then prolong this?
This election was stolen in 7 states. They picked states where they had crooked Democratic cities, where they could push everybody around.
There are more Republican-led areas in Georgia than Democrat. We've basically just got like Atlanta. Oh my god.
And it has to be vindicated to save our republic. This is bigger than Donald Trump. It's bigger than you and me. It's about these monuments and what they stand for. This has been a year.
Don't you like that little dog whistle against BLM rallies there? It's about the monuments, guys. It's about what they stand for. Don't take them down.
Is color mock-up okay, Beaver?
Where have any of those been invaded?
Oh wait, the scar.
None of that's been taken away, Rudy, you fucking baby! Oh my god, has anything else happened on Twitter? Let's take a look here. Check Trump's Twitter. No, it's the same thing where he's saying, please remain peaceful, but he's not saying go home. He's not saying that he lost. He's basically doing the thing that you would need to do if you were legally pressed and said, did you do everything in your power to stop your voting base from getting violent? This is the thing that he would do. So he can say, no, I told them not to get violent. I told them to do this. It's literally fucking lip service. That's all it is. It's just lip service. Like, there's nothing besides just the idea of... There's nothing besides the idea of doing this properly, but you're not actually, like, doing it. And I don't get it. I don't understand. Oh my god. Why? Why is this our country? Why is this what's going on here? Said pay lip service to democracy. That's basically what's happening. Hold on one sec. I just poked it off and just went, hey, we're both covering the rally right now. But is anything else going to happen here? Is Trump going to throw anything else out? Maybe say he's going to have, like, another one of his great rallies. The lady that the guy saw is dead? She's dead now. That's what's... So she's been treated and she is dead now. Trump is directly responsible for that. I'm sorry. There's going to be somebody who goes, it was her individual idea to do it. No. No. When a cult leader fucks with his people like that, stirs them up into a frenzy like that, they are responsible for that. Cartoon Contrarian. So at the Trump rally fucking thing march that was happening in DC, the Capitol buildings got invaded and one of the people got shot in the neck and is now dead. And the sad thing is that Trump would have one if he didn't brag about downplaying the violence, just like he's responsible for Heather's death back in Charlottesville. Like, your base is literally getting themselves killed. Hold on.
Okay. Okay, you're multitasking. No worries. Okay, so what I'm gonna do...
I have to type something out real quick. I'm terribly sorry about that.
So I'm gonna snip this. And use this as a color markup.
Said you should look it up to confirm that information. Said they did report that she died. That's absolutely crazy. I bet they will say that all of the people that got shot were shot by undercover Antifa members. It wouldn't surprise me. It really fucking wouldn't at this point. It really wouldn't. Yeah, protests for justice can get violent, but they don't have the cult mentality that gets things out of control. And that's what's happening right now, is things are getting completely and totally out of control. Like, this is stupid. There's no reason why this should be like this. Let's see if anything else has happened on Global News' stream real quick. Anything else?
A little bit yellow, a little bit lighter, just for up here.
Their audio just went out. What's that beeping? Candace Owen needs to stop stirring these people up. Does she have an idea how dangerous feeding into that mentality is? Suddenly these people don't like police. Jesus Christ. Now, how will Trump tweet about this? Good question. Wait, were you about to say something? Did they just cut away right? That's weird. Don't know if the reports of the GA Capitol is taken over has merit.
Okay.
Oh my god, what? Let's see here. That's the DC Capitol. Atlanta taken over. I see nothing about that right now. I see nothing on that. I'm not seeing anything else that, like... Okay, so who's talking? Oh my god. Are they actually talking about the Bible now? Why? That was not some... That was somebody literally sig-heiling. I think it broke. You're literally just quoting the Bible. Is there anything else? This is Falls No One Pulled a Ned Kelly. I don't know what that's in reference to. Now they're... Why did they cut away from that to go to the Wombado sound?
Yeah, they really are.
Okay, has anything else happened?
Like, this whole situation is wild.
So, let's look up real quick. Declining in U.S. angry. Betrayed by GOP and Dems, millions fell for the hustler Trump, who changed little beyond enriching the already rich. Now Trump's mirage fizzles into a virus/economic crash. A little late to that one, Richard. Media, quit labeling DC protesters, conservative, Republicans, Tea Party as Trump supporters, etc. Look into who these people are who choose an apparent leaderless, insane swarm to create perception of condoned violence. Knock it off. Wait! Is Sarah Palin literally saying, don't call these people Republicans? Look into who it's already fucking happening! Somebody said that there would already be fucking conspiracies about if this was like Antifa on the inside or something like that. It's already fucking happening? Sarah! Really, Sarah? Really? These are not Trump support. Wait, what the What? The giant group of people breaking into a Capitol building wearing Trump hats, yelling Trump, yelling MAGA, using the apparel, getting upset that he particularly did not get to be president, saying speeches, the people who were at his rally. These are not Trump supporters? Then what the fuck are they, aliens? These look like actors. How would you fucking tell? The job of an actor is for you not to be able to tell. The fucking Christ. I feel like the idiocy of Sarah Palin can not be overstated right now. She literally doesn't think that Trump supporters are real Trump supporters solely because they're violent. Do you know how a cult works, Sarah? Jesus fucking Christ. What else has gone on? Why does it keep on refreshing and showing my fucking private messages? As soon as order is restored in Congress, Congress must march in there, withdraw all objections, and finish the count and impeachment of Trump. Maggie Haberman reports that Trump won't issue a stronger statement because he's too angry.
Hey, no worries. Go ahead.
Really?
Sleep
Who
off.
would have thought that Trump would not issue a stronger statement on the literal people being violent in Washington? Because he just wants... What did I say 20 minutes ago? He just wants to stick it to Pence. CNN calls them anarchists. They're not fucking anarchists. They want to be ruled by a particular king.
Sleep well, Kunos.
If you support Trump and what is happening in the Capitol, leave this country. You're a sedacious terrorist. You don't deserve to be here. You are rotting us from the inside out. Please don't arrest real Donald Trump until after he's pardoned Assange and Snowden. I would appreciate it. See, breaking U.S. Capitol pushback against angry Trump supporters who try to force themselves inside. Police simultaneously push people who already got into the Capitol out the door. Is there any audio to this?
Kiss, kiss.
If Trump cared that there was a riot, he would have issued a stronger statement. Instead, he just said, please, no violence. That's all he did. With all the power and all the influence that this man has, he has decidedly not done shit. He has paid lip service so that he can get away legally with stochastic terrorism. You can say he's condemned the riots, but what he's doing right now is paying lip service. The thing is that he's not apologizing for the things he did which started the riots. Stop eating glue, you dumb shit. Said, where's all the shoot the looters and Blue Lives Matter folks? I can't find a single one right now. And they're literally looting a Capitol building. This is the same shit when people went, oh, but Trump condemned white supremacy. Yeah, he did the bare minimum. He paid lip service in that way. But when it came to individual groups that actually support him that are white supremacists, like QAnoners, he literally just let it keep fucking happening. Eject all the fucking Kool-Aid out of your asshole. Hi. This is technically a recording session. But technically it's been recording for 53 minutes because the Capitol's being stormed. So how are you? Oh, is he actually having conversation?
Yes. Apparently trans is just a brand.
Oh, this guy's just a fucking idiot then. When the country's not burning. Yes, but there's a specific thing happening right. I care about that, but I don't care enough right now. Like, that's...
No, that's the podium, not the desk.
What, the desk in the Oval Office? The Oval Office isn't what's stormed, honey. This is where Congress meets. That's what's stormed. No. No, it's not. They're not storming the White House. The only thing these people would storm the White House for is so they can fillet Trump's massive fucking mushroom dick. No! They want to worship his dick too. The only person they're upset at right now is Pence, probably. Therapist says, right-wing dumbasses said the same thing about Biden when he condemned the BLM riots, and now you're saying the same thing about Trump. Neither Biden nor Trump support riots. So, the difference here, Star Raptor, I really hope you can understand. Please, I want you to use your brain. Really, take the brain cells, shove them together, rub them really hard, create fire like the first fucking caveman, because the difference here is that Biden has never said anything that directly incited a riot. And Trump has. Does that distinction not matter to you? Get Sargon of Akkad's dick out of your ear. It's not difficult to understand the difference between the inciter of a riot and somebody who just has to comment on it afterwards. These are two different things, you absolute fucking dumbshit bellend! I understand if you're so nightmarishly goddamn stupid that you can't understand the difference between the inciter of a riot and somebody who's not responsible. I get if simple math is hard for you. I understand it. I do. I was in the second grade once. Now you need to fucking graduate too. I don't like Biden. I don't give a fuck about Biden. Trump is directly responsible for this shit. That's the difference. Or do you not get it? Or is that too hard? Is that too difficult for you to get? Or is it just inconvenient? Do you just have to be right? Which is it, Star Raptor? Which is it? Been very patient with you. For months. I have literally told my mod team not to do shit to you. But when you're this fucking stupid, I don't know what to do except yell at your ass. What else is going on here? Watching the news right now, and I'm so disappointed that there are so many Trump supporters. Yeah, imagine that. Shameful scenes unfolding in D.C. are some of the most compelling arguments for the invocation of the 25th Amendment of Trump's presidency. He's incited these scenes, encouraged them, and is making no effort to bring them to an end. But they stick around for when leftists flip out after Trump wins. Oh, God. Who are you and why should I care? Prince with 1,000 enemies. Removal of Donald Trump from office immediately and lock up this criminal family too. I mean, they did break the law, but... Here's the now deleted tweet from Trump and Trump's kids calling the mob that sacked Congress Americans pay... Dear American patriots, any security breach or disrespect of our law enforcement is unacceptable. You just called the people who are sacking the Capitol patriots and just said, look, it's a security breach. That's why it's bad. Disrespecting the law enforcement. That's what's bad. But go on. They're patriots. They're American patriots. Okay. For those who don't know, this is Churchill's grandson's verdict on Donald Trump. This is your fault, you repulsive maniac. I'm disgusted with so many of my fellow Americans right now, even the ones who I warned about Trump, who just laughed at me and the Rick Wilson the whole way to the bottom of 2015 and into 2016. Before January 20th, Pence will become president. If he pardons Trump and any member of his crime syndicate, he must be considered an accessory after the fact to insurrection and face the consequences. I don't necessarily disagree with that. What else is going on at the Save America rally? Anything else? How many of these people actually be arrested? No idea. So, wait, I don't know who else caught that, but we just got, it doesn't matter if Trump wins or Biden wins, they've already set the stage that they're willing to send the military out on its own citizens. My guy, again, welcome to the reality of BLM. Welcome to the struggle, buddy. Why is that guy passionately hugging the pillar there? I don't know. Anything else? Of course, Trump's activated the National Guard. He doesn't have a choice. That doesn't suddenly make him not responsible. That doesn't suddenly absolve him. That doesn't stop him from getting out and actually having a speech about this. He just wants chaos and violence. Again, this isn't very difficult. "20 cops are taking selfies with the Of course they fucking are. Why wouldn't they? But let's see it anyway. Let's see it anyway. Sorry, that page doesn't exist. Does it not? There we go.
ACAF, 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 ACAF.
ACAF? I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand these people. Oh, all cops are friends. God, he looks so sweaty. What the hell? Said Parler's been taken down. You know what? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and end this video right here. Enough has been covered here, but we're going to do a separate one. I'm going to go check out what the fuck's happening on Magabook and Parler. If you haven't already subscribed, if you haven't already hit the like button, all that other fun shit, now's probably the best time to do it. Though, if you needed a video that was actually a good representation of my content, this is probably not the one. More than likely not the one, but let's go ahead and see what's going on in those places. Alright. So now we go to the separate segment. We are going to open up Magabook, and we're going to open up Parler. And we are going to see what the hell is going on these places right now. So, let's go ahead and check out Magabook first. I'd imagine that this place would be popping right now. Okay, let's see here. Magabook is a grassroots effort. Let's see here. Breaking: Patriots are inside Nancy Pelosi's office and emails are open on screen. Yeah, you guys just committed a felony. But what is the actual thing here? Continue without disabling. Fuck. Anything actually being shown on that we can read? No, not really. Parler is down. I just showed the video of a woman being shot in the Capitol. This is scary and sad. Oh my god. Yeah, imagine! You engaged in stupidity. Young female Trump supporter shot by Capitol Police, possibly fatal. Christian bakers refused to bake a cake for a gay wedding because it was against Christianity. Fined $150,000. Muslim truck driver refers to deliver alcohol because it's against Islam. Awarded $24,000. That just sounds like a badly construed meme. Let's see here. President Trump activates National Guard after chaos erupts at Capitol building. Has anybody responded to this yet? No? Okay. I'm ready to go home. Representative Vernon Jones announces he's officially joining the Republican Party at Trump rally in D.C. Looks like the revolution has started. Oh my god, a single protest happens, and suddenly to these people, it's the revolution. The revolution has started. Okay.
Yes.
Dude. Stop the LARPing. The blue spike steel on full display. Yeah, imagine those votes that were counted repeatedly and were taken to the Supreme Court for verification. All of that, definitely stolen. Definitely stolen. Barack Obama and the Ministry of Italy altered voting systems via private military contractors and satellites in space. What? Barack Obama and the Ministry of Italy altered voting systems via private military contractors and satellites in space. Georgia office got hit too, apparently. Great. I'm going to have to go make sure that I get all of our shit to just stay in home today. Just because the media doesn't talk about us doesn't mean we're not there. Rudy and John Eastman are laying it all out. We caught them all. We caught it live last night in real time. What did they catch? Is this when Rudy was talking about the votes that were stolen, apparently? Vote-altering space satellites. The chief. The thief. Honestly, these guys, It's just Trump. They just worship Trump. If they could make Trump a king, that's what they'd do. If they could get Trump to give them an SCD, they would willingly take it because it would at least be Trump branded. Dr. Russell McGregor, more than 100 state legislators asked Pence to delay certification. But were those state legislators all Republican? I wonder. Protesters stormed Speaker Pelosi's office, start going through emails on computer, which is a violation of Privacy Acts, and everybody who engaged in taking those emails and documenting them probably needs to be arrested. Do you just share this same thing over and over again? It's all from the same person. Who the fuck are you? I could just be following your timeline at this point. Hey, Magabook, thank you for the donations you gave. We really appreciate it. We have $600 in bills coming up. From Eric Thompson. I have no idea who you are, but I feel like maybe I should. Mike Pence has just unfollowed Donald Trump on Twitter. That's news? Okay, sure. Frankly, Mr. President, I'm tired of being the good guy and everybody else can walk all over me and my vote didn't count and I'm pissed. Never again will I vote Republican unless you are running, and I'm not sure then if you run as a Republican. I'm done with Republicans. I like how this is why I said that it doesn't matter that he just said don't commit violence. It doesn't matter. Because the root of the issue, his undermining of the democratic system, that's what matters. And that's the thing that's inciting people. This is an example of that. Of course, apparently Kevin Sorbo is claiming Antifa members led the charge on the Capitol. Of course Kevin Sorbo does that, because he's an idiot. He's an idiot who LARPs an idiot. Lawmakers told, get under the chairs. Yep, we already solved that. I had quit sharing LLN Wood's tweets, but this one needs sharing in light of today's events. Propaganda media will falsely blame violence on real Donald Trump supporters and freedom-loving patriots. Do not be fooled. The violence will be the actions of Antifa, BLM, and similar communist groups. Lock them all up. They literally could just scapegoat. That's all it is. They get to just scapegoat. And just go, nope, it was BLM and it was the BLM and the Antifas. That's who did it. That's who's to blame. The BLM and the Antifas. Honestly, my God. I don't get it. I don't get it. This is Magabook. Let's see what's going on Parler. Parler's up again. Let's see. Let's see. Parler. Just shit from Mark Levin. Who else? Who am I not following that I need to be following to get information on this shit? Yeah, we'll just follow all these fucking accounts. So I can maybe get some information on what's going on in the Capitol from you people. Okay. Parler, let's reset. We are entitled to peacefully protest. Violence is not a part of that. What's happening in the Capitol right now must stop. Okay. The Space Force $2 bill. Wait, why is... Promoted by Proud Patriots 12 minutes ago. Imagine being this tone deaf. Right now. Capitol curfew. Watch as Scalise calls out Pelosi and Congress's institutional duty during elections. DC Mayor allows... Oh God, it's Christian Walker! I've been told I need to cover this guy. Freaking... This racist motherfucker. DC Mayor allows ghetto BLM to destroy her city with no National Guard being deployed. Now she requested for people upset about a coup. Pentagon denied her request. Ha 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 ha. Oh my god. This fucking asshole. Yeah, verified real member. Cool, cool, cool. Let's go ahead and follow him. Let's follow Christian Walker. What else does he have to say here? Of course I'd rather express my frustration for voting. You stole that right. You are stealing our country. So screw you and your fake moral superiority. Mike Pence, you don't believe you have the authority to reject votes? Tell that Thomas Jefferson when he did it when he was VP. You're a traitor. I need to do a whole video on Christian Walker. I need to. This guy, seriously, thinks that... He thinks that the government can be ran like a banana republic. A friend of mine has been asking me to cover him, but now that I'm seeing all this shit... Hi, honey. Well, yeah, Yeah, they said no to the mayor when they tried to do that, and now Trump is forcefully deploying them. Yeah. That's because Trump is he's in safe face territory now. Everything he does from this point onward is going to be an attempt to distance himself from Trump. Yep. And they said 2021 would be better. People got tear gas for protesting police on black violence, and these guys having selfies taken with the cops after breaching the fucking Capitol and storming a government building. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine that. What else is he saying here? Mike Pence will be America's greatest hero or greatest villain after today. Mike Pence, maybe if we give Stacey Abrams a couple of fast food gift cards, she'll give us a fair election. Screw her. Oh my god. Let's see what else is going on here. So chat is blocking. That's why I'm reading stuff. That's why I'm reading it. Parler, are you breaking? Come on, Parler. Your netcode can't be so bad that you'd break from a simple page refresh. The Patriots just took the Capitol from Wayne Dupree. Of course they're patriots for attacking the government. Of course, apparently. The house is on lockdown to the protesters. Trump's boys just officially declared war on the Republican Party. Look at that Mike Pence face. Look at that Mike Pence face. He's so upset. See, apparently Biden's supposed to go live as well. I guess we'll be covering that here in a second. But I can't see anything else going on over here. It's literally just a bunch of Trump supporters freaking out and going that these guys are all patriots. These guys are the best. Join us as we cover the live debate in Congress where lawmakers are expected to certify President-elect Joe Biden's Electoral College win in the 2020 election. Republican House and Senate members are expected to protest the outcome. Yeah, that was 3 hours ago. That's definitely what happened. It was definitely just a protest. Okay. I just wanted to see what was going on with Parler and MAGA Book with all this crap going on right now in the country. So, let's go ahead and take a very short break. I am going to run to the restroom, see about taking care of all that, and then, yeah. But if you haven't hit the like button, if you haven't hit subscribe, maybe do all that fun stuff. If that is your bag of chips. If not, get a different bag of chips, preferably the one where you like and subscribe. That'd be great. If you want to support me over on Patreon, or if you want to support me via Streamlabs or PayPal donation, those options are in the description below. I'm going to go hope that my country doesn't continue to be on fire when I'm done taking a piss break. Just MAGA protest. All right, we will be back.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
Okay. So we're gonna have a tale. We're gonna have a thing happening now, apparently. Right? We're gonna have two videos play. I'm playing back to back. Okay. So, let's have a quick tale of two presidents. I haven't seen either of these videos yet, but these are going to be the lame duck president speaking on what's going on in Washington right now, Washington, D.C., and then we're going to have Biden speaking, president-elect. Let's see if we can find a difference in how these two operate. I've not seen these yet, so I don't know what I'm going to see.
Your pain. I know you're hurt. We had an election that was stolen from us. It was a landslide election, and everyone knows it, especially the other side. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order.
So let me get this straight. What was it that I said just a little bit ago? That he's doing the lip service thing where he's like, no, can't be violent. You got to go home. But the actual underlying thing, the underlying problem of just ignoring the democratic process, that's not going to go away? How many times have I said that now? Oh, wait, it's happening right now. He's doing it again.
We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened, where they could take it away from all of us, from me, from you, from our country.
This doesn't do anything to stop the protesting. This doesn't do anything to stop it. You're literally saying that the reason you guys are rioting and destroying federal property is perfectly valid. That's what you're doing.
This was a fraudulent election, but we can't play into the hands of these people. We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special. You've seen what happens. You see the way others are treated that are so bad and so evil, and know how you feel. But go home and go home in peace.
1 minute. 1 minute and 2 seconds. If there were a bare minimum, we couldn't reach it. Literally. He could have said, no, the election wasn't a fraud. The reason you guys are fighting is wrong. No, he has to sit there and coddle his base like children. No, it's okay, I understand why you're hurting. It's okay. I understand that you're hurting, I understand why. It's all true. You just can't throw a temper tantrum like that, that's all. Like, no, that's not what's happening. He has every ability to calm down his base by not only telling them to stop, but by also telling them that the reason that they're doing this is not a fucking good reason. This is not the same thing as a BLM rally, where the reason that they're fighting is because violence is getting enacted on them. The reason these people are fighting is because their favorite president doesn't get to sit in a particular chair behind a particular desk. But it's a tale of two presidents. So let's go ahead and see what Biden says. We've already got a little more substance here. 9 minutes and 25 seconds. So what will Biden say? Will there be any difference in the way that he engages this particular issue?
Sorry. Not just an inconvenience. I'm sorry for the reason. I'm delayed coming out to speak to you. Initially, I was going to talk about the economy. For all of you watching, I've been reaching. At this hour, our democracy is under unprecedented assault.
This is a very different type of president.
The assault of the citadel of liberty, the capital itself. people's representatives, the Capitol Hill Police, sworn to protect them, and public servants who work at the heart of our republic. An assault on the rule of law like a few times we've ever seen it. An assault on the most sacred of American undertakings, the doing of the people's business.
Again, I'm not the biggest fan of Biden, but...
Let me be very clear. The scenes of chaos at the Capitol do not reflect the true America. Do not represent who we are. What we're seeing is a small number of extremists dedicated to lawlessness. This is not dissent. It's disorder. It's chaos. Borders on sedition. And it must end now. I call on this mob to pull back and allow the work of democracy to go forward. You've heard me say before in different contexts, the words of a president matter, no matter how good or bad that president is. At the best, the words of a president can inspire. At the worst,
They can incite.
they can incite.
Hey!
Therefore,
I've seen enough political bullshit to know exactly how the speeches are written. Woo!
I call on President Trump
I had to speed it up.
to go on national television now to fulfill his oath and defend the Constitution and demand an end to this siege. Storm the Capitol, and smash windows, occupy offices, destroy the United States Senate, rummaging through desks, on the Capitol and the House of Representatives, threatening the state to duly elected officials. It's not protest, it's insurrection. I was watching, like so many other Americans, I am feeling the shock and sad of our nation, so long being the light of hope and democracy, it's come to such a dark moment. Through war and strife, America suffered much. And we will endure here and we will prevail again. We will prevail now. The work of the moment and the work of the next 4 years must be the restoration of democracy, decency, honor, respect, the rule of law. Just plain, simple decency. Renewal of politics. It's like solving problems, looking out for one another, not stoking the flames of hate or chaos. As I said, America's about honor, decency, respect.
We disagree on that. Those are the ideas that we try to aspire to, but as far as like what America's actually about, like what America actually does, that's not entirely accurate. But again, Biden's not my guy. But he's the only guy we got, so
Tolerance. That's who we are. That's who we've always been. The certification of the electoral college vote is supposed to be a sacred ritual. To affirm purpose is to affirm the majesty of American democracy. The day's reminder, the painful one. Democracy is fragile. To preserve it requires people's goodwill, leaders with the courage to stand up, or devoted not to the pursuit of power, the personal interest pursuit of own self-improvement, and the common good. Think of our children. Think of us the world. For nearly 2.5 centuries, we the people, in search of a more perfect union, have kept our eyes on that common good. America is so much better than this nation. Watching the scenes from the Capitol, I was reminded, as I prepared other speeches in the past, reminded of the words of Abraham Lincoln, his annual message to Congress, his work as today to be elected by chaos. Abraham Lincoln said, he said, "We shall nobly save or merely lose the last best hope on earth." Went on to say, "The way is plain, peaceful, generous, just. A way which, if followed, the world will forever applaud."
So this is I have a bit of an issue with this kind of thinking, and this is the United States is the city on the hill type of thing, right? This is a thing that Reagan used to spout all the time. We're like, all the world's a stage, but the United States is at the top of the stage, and we're the ones that everybody are watching. I don't know if they realize that we are the laughingstock more often than not. We are not the golden city on the hill. But, so I don't like this American exceptionalism type of thing. Now, I do think that it's a useful tool when you could say Americans supposed to be exceptional, and yet we are falling short. I'm okay with that. So that seems to be a little more how Biden's framing it, but just the general idea of this kind of exceptionalism, I've not been a huge fan of. But
God must forever bless. The way he's playing here too. It's so hard. It's the way democracy, respect, decency, and honor. Commitment as patriots to this nation. Notwithstanding what I saw today, I've seen today, I remain optimistic about the incredible opportunities. There's never been anything we can't do when we do it together. And this God-awful display today, bringing home to every Republican, Democrat, independent nation, we must step up. This is the United States of America. There's never, ever, 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 ever been a thing we try to do. We've done it together. President Trump, step up. God bless America. And God protect our troops. And all those
he looks like he's breaking. He really looks like he's breaking.
inauguration. American people, stand up. No, no, no.
Just, he looks broken. He looks fucking broken. Jesus. Hello.
Oh boy, what's that all about?
It's on the... Jesus. Jesus. Aaron Massa says, I'm guessing Biden's demeanor says I inherited this shit show. Yeah. That's what it says to me. Like, how would you feel if you were having to deal with this? Like, again, I don't really like Biden that much. He seems really milquetoast. I don't think he's going to get the things done that I want to get done. I don't think he's going to push necessarily for universal health care. I don't think that he's actually going to do enough in order to solve the problems we have with systemic racism. I don't think he's going to do enough to pull our education system out of the water. I don't think he's going to do enough for workers' rights, for raising the minimum wage, for support for unions. I don't think he's going to do enough for any of that shit. I don't like that. But if I had to choose somebody who better represents the integrity that the office of the United States is supposed to enshrine, it's night and day between what I see from him and what I see from Trump. Everybody in 2016 was so ecstatic about getting Trump because they went, oh, this guy's not a politician. That's going to make him great at what he does. That's going to make him way better. No, we got chaos. This is a tale of two presidents. A night and day comparison between the way they handle things. Biden, you can tell, from watching this video, you can tell that he was on there for the amount of time he could manage. And he was breaking by the end of it. Then you look at Trump. It was like he didn't care. Just, you know what? It's okay, baby. Go home. The demeanor between these two people. It is night and day. The way they present themselves is night and day. I can't even imagine what it's like to be in DC right now, seeing all this shit unfold. And yet Trump seems to be treating this like a minor inconvenience. Like, oh, fine, I guess I have to go talk about the rioting. Fine. The first thing we get from Biden's an apology. I'm sorry I wasn't here sooner. I should have been. I would have rathered many other people instead of Biden. But if I have to settle for one guy, I'm going to settle for this guy more than I'm going to settle for Trump. And I wish there was more to say. I wish I could cover something different. But today's just chaos in my country. And this is where we are. And it sucks. It really sucks. Settle for Biden, that sums up my feelings right now. Yeah. It's hiring a car salesman who's claiming to be a mechanic to build your house. Well, I'm a YouTuber claiming to be a mildly smarter person than the average idiot. And I built part of my house. I built 40% of it. Yeah, this is not gonna eventually cause a civil war. You're gonna have LARPers who are like, oh my god, it's time. The Boogaloo is happening. But no, it's not gonna be a civil war. This is just chaos. It's just chaos. Also just asked, does anybody else get a ringing in their ears? Yes, I do! The ringing in my ears has not stopped. But that's just tinnitus. It's just tinnitus. Oh my fuck. Let's see, what is going on? Wait. When these people siege the Capitol?
Police are squabbling with protesters. Oh, there we go.
They just opened the gates for them.
And they just reached the Capitol again.
What? They literally let them in. What the fuck? Yeah, Link, here. There you go. Okay. Am I going crazy?
Police are squabbling with protesters. Oh, there we go. And they just reached the Capitol again.
It's less a breach and more an open invitation. Yeah, it's not a big surprise that police unions back Trump, and it's not a big surprise that BLM protests and these protests would have very different outcomes, given that these are just white and blues. It looks like they're opening a pathway there. Yeah, they're opening the pathway to get in there. Another reminder that peaceful BLM protesters were tear gassed. Yep. This is not Civil War yet. This is a bunch of LARPers who are doing their best to start with. Trump's 1-minute video about the call, about this calls the other side evil and insists the election was stolen. Brian, you missed it. I just covered that. I just covered that video. I covered that one and then Biden's back to back. What's going on over at Vosh's pad? I didn't want volume up. I wanted... Okay, so that's from... The stream he's watching is from Right Side. Let's go ahead and see what's going on there right now. Right Side Broadcasting Network. So that we're not watching Vosh watch it.
That's not counting the thousands that are behind us on this lower level. We are up on these bleachers. This whole area has been...
Jesus Christ. We're just watching everything fall apart. That's all this is just watching everything fall apart.
Constructed for the inauguration. We watched over the last couple months this area be built, and then now to be standing here right now, I never would have thought that would happen. What's that? Oh wow! We have a
G-Wing, this isn't the end of America.
Maybe if you want to get his attention, maybe we'll put him on there. We got a lot of people. We got a guy that's missing his son, and I'd like to see if we can help him out at all. That's got to be a very scary moment.
That's at least a good thing they're doing.
Let's see if we can have a few words. You're looking for your son.
Yeah. Everything is burning hyperbolically, G-Wing. It doesn't mean that we're literally falling into civil war right now.
Caden Godfrey.
How old is he?
He's 18.
He's here somewhere?
He was right here a minute ago. I think he lost his phone.
From what you can tell, you can't find him.
I can't find him now.
Yes.
He's
Yeah,
strong,
people take their
he's tall.
children.
I'm not worried about him, but I just want to connect with him.
Where are you from?
Washington State.
Why are you here?
I'm here because this is the last resort. It was statistically impossible to lose this election. And there's just nauseating amounts of fraud. It is not being heard or seen.
Does this man know what a statistical impossibility is? I don't think he knows what a statistical impossibility is. It is more improbable that he is here living right now in the exact time and place he is at this moment than it is that Biden would have won. Because him being in this exact moment where he is right now is influenced by a myriad more factors. It is less likely for him to be here right now in the situation he's in. Does this man not know how
Oh, just wait, you're gonna love it more. I promise.
Where do we go from here?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm not leaving until we all know what we're going to do.
That's been one of my biggest questions when I first got here is how does everybody get resolved and leave?
We don't leave. We stay united, and we take back our country.
God bless. And once again, if you're watching this right now and you happen to know Caden, and once again, what's his full name again?
Caden Godfrey.
All right, Caden Godfrey, your dad's looking for you. We're up here, so we appreciate it. Is that Caden? I don't know. All right, no. All right, so we just thought, as a parent, I'm a parent as well, and I couldn't imagine if I couldn't find my kids out here as well. Oh, man. This is not how I thought we would spend January 6th in our nation's capital.
What'd you say?
All right, we're going to do a battery switch on this camera here in a second. So if we dip to black for a couple seconds, don't be alarmed. We'll come back. We're just going to switch out the battery in our camera.
So they're going to switch out the battery in their camera. I'd imagine that
they should be back here momentarily. Just stand by as they are putting a new battery in the camera. We had planned at the whole show.
there's no lefties. It's the USA. I'm a lefty in the USA.
Waiting in the Senate and the House to go long into the night and still sit up and then
Let's see. Do they have any other...
Something that could really get you down.
Fuck you!
Once again, we want to apologize for any language you might be hearing right now.
Dang Game Boy
Very,
cameras eat
emotional
everything like a
and charged
motherfucker.
Environment.
I just... Is it also...
I haven't had an up...
I don't want to be that guy that points it out, but have you noticed that the racial profile in this audience is almost entirely white? Like, it doesn't mean anything specifically. I just can't help but noticing it.
Date on even what's going on right now as far as the process in Congress, and the whole electoral process. I'm assuming that's all been put on pause. We've been kind of out of the loop here covering this and not able to really check a lot of news on our phones because it's the coverage is very spotty at this point. I want to let you know if you're watching us, we are safe.
But what about all the people who are at the front of the Trump rallies directly on camera? So, well, the gender profile is also lacking a few X chromosomes for a normal split of the population.
Joe Petrie, Brian Glenn, and myself, we are on the steps here, which you would normally see at inauguration, but we are seeing violence against the Capitol Police here. We are safe. I want to reiterate, we are safe. If we feel like we're going to be in danger, we will leave to let you know.
Oh, there's one woman over here, like right here. Oh, that was a son. They are beating them with bats. Shouts names of cereal aggressively. They're hitting the riot shields with bats. Like those are police officers in there. Police officers back here, and they are hitting them with bats. If this were a BLM rally, the rubber bullets would have already been deployed.
You want to give a... Let's swing the camera around a little bit. You can see some of the police activity up top and also behind us here, going back towards the Washington Memorial.
Stop the globalists now.
Out here on the lawn, and really down Pennsylvania Avenue. That's where you see all the police lights. That is Pennsylvania Avenue going towards, everything really going towards the White House, that area, and Trump International Hotel, and where we're staying as well. So,
of course, they're staying at the Trump Hotel.
Coming in. That is still open. Obviously, people. When we came here, a lot of the people were moving away from the Capitol, but now I'm starting to see a little bit of a shift of people walking back towards the Capitol. So now the D.C. mayor has put out a curfew effective 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. There's a curfew in D.C. with the exception of first responders, medical people, and the media. Now, with that said, we're checking.
I don't expect any of these people to end up in jail.
We want to be out of here when it gets dark because this could be a situation that I don't think that we want to be involved. But anyway, curfew is in place. I don't think any of these people here are...
What is that lighting happening in there?
Obviously, just by the fact that they're standing here. But this is where we're at.
What is that lighting? Does anybody know? We love you, President Trump. Oh my God. Camera flashes. That fast, though? That rapidly?
I wonder how they put a banner up there. You see the
strobe light meant to disorient people? I guess.
There is a lot of Capitol Police here, and they're just trying to keep everyone contained in an area and actually keep them from penetrating that entry right there that you're looking at right now. That seems to be the main entry point.
See you, Brian.
Okay.
Oh, wait, is this an anti-Trump stream? I'm out! Yeah, I don't even know what their plan is once they get in. Do they know?
In our nation's capital. I see Brick's suit there. Brick's suit. Obviously, what's up, baby? Yep. And still trying to penetrate that door. I just don't know how.
And number the other side.
But he's okay with them doing it.
All right, Rick Suit joining us, man. What is your thoughts on what we're seeing right now? It's unprecedented.
Completely without precedent, I can tell you. I was set up with the rest of our crew on the east side to see the speakers that were slated to talk there at 1 p.m. But once it became apparent that the streets were blocked off and the crowds weren't going to be able to come to that side of the Capitol, it was a little sketchy, and we decided to regroup and head back towards our hotel where we were going to do a nighttime show. As I was walking down the street, I saw what was happening here on the Capitol steps, and I knew that you guys were here somewhere. So I broke off from the rest of the team to try and find you. And I couldn't find you. What I found was chaos. And I stuck with it. I got up to the front. I got tear gassed a couple times.
Did you?
Those people are standing in the front.
I haven't seen any tear gas deployed yet.
I was there. I was standing right here where the president gets inaugurated.
Isn't this ironic? This is where the president gets inaugurated. We're standing at the very
there.
point.
We were right there. It's incredible. So what I think about this,
I'm sad. It's sad because I feel like our country's being ripped away from us.
Because the people here who are breaking windows, I saw when it initially started, classic Antifa, no Trump gear, black stuff, black hoods, had hatchets, had hammers.
Wait.
Patriots don't come to a rally like this today with hatchets and hammers.
Wait, did you really just... It's happening everywhere. The Trump rally is happening, the Trump supporters are getting violent, and suddenly, no, that was Antifa. They had infiltrated our ranks.
So what you're saying right now is the violence that we've seen was really initiated by Antifa, Black Lives Matter type groups.
In my estimation, the window breaking was. But the storming of the Capitol steps, that is not something that I think was initiated by them.
So the superfluous shit that didn't matter, that's the stuff that has to be BLM and Antifa. But I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. The superfluous shit has to be Antifa. But the stuff that is good, that people care about, no, that was us. That one was us. Jesus Christ.
Unfortunately, is we have a huge amount of people here who support the president and believe that the election was stolen. But there is no consensus as to what the path forward is. Some believe that path is to completely storm. It's just a flashbang. That's all right. Some believe that the correct path is to storm the Capitol, to go inside. I don't agree. I believe it was perfectly appropriate to come as far as we see here, to stop at the doors, to be peaceful, to have a sit-in. I got a cough. Hang on.
Oh!
All right. So what we see now, this is the biggest escalation I've seen.
You've been beating them with bats, my good dude. What the fuck did you expect?
Pepper balls. And they're pointing them at the crowd. So I can't advocate for anybody to enter the Capitol. I can't advocate for any type of armed resistance. Peaceful protest is what we should be doing. If we weren't trying to get in and everybody just sat down and occupied this space, they would not be having this type of thing. And one thing I saw is one one time they repulsed all the people who were in the little gateway there. I had on a 360 GoPro. I haven't had a chance to look at the footage. But one police officer came out with that crew. He was being pushed out with the scrum. Okay, and I saw him, and okay. You need to stop and cover your mouth. Yeah, I'm good.
No, you're not going to be good.
Wait, this dude claims he's been tear gassed already. Tear gas starts. The other guy's like, no, you need to cover your mouth. He's like, no, dude, no, I got it. I'll be fine. It'll be okay.
Take a deep breath. Cover him. Close your eyes.
I don't think he's actually been tear gassed before.
Okay, we're gonna walk out of here.
Yeah, I don't think he actually was tear gassed before. I think that's evidence that it didn't fucking happen.
They are not doing
that
I
shit.
Can't Breathe.
The fucking 13 stars and stripes. No, dude. No. It's I just really like my heritage. That's all it is. Jesus Christ.
All right, we'll make it.
I thought I saw a snowman, but it was just a woman in a white coat. So they popped out.
Whoa, hey. Don't go down. No, we got our microphones. There we go, sorry. All right, guys. Oh, that was brutal. We're going to take our...
You're right, the 13 stars is the American Revolution flag. But...
Do on, because this is not a
still
safe space to be at this point. We need to... Okay.
Yep, peaceful protesters trying to bust through locked doors, apparently.
I got my microphone. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Out of this area. All right, guys. If you're just now joining us, we are live at the Capitol. We are making our way. We're making our way. We're making our way away from these steps because we have got to get out and get some fresh air and get away.
The police over the side. Sorry.
My eyes are burning right now.
Yes, because you actually got tear
They're
gassed.
spraying,
unlike the other idiots.
And this is where I think we should move in a different area. That was rough. That was rough. Oh boy. That is rough.
Rioters deployed chemical agents, which allowed them to breach the four-layer fence surrounding the grounds.
No, yeah.
You know, they shot a woman there.
I saw that. Oh man. Oh guys, that is no joke. What happened to us? I don't wish on anybody, but as Bricksuit was saying,
What do you expect?
I think the violence that we've seen was uncalled. I think having more of a sit-in protest is the way to go, but fighting the Capitol Police, you're not going to win. And
You with him? I see this guy get arrested not to wear a mask.
I'm sorry. It's brutal. I don't even know how to describe it, man. It is brutal. And I just think this is just so sad. Oh. Folks, this is where we're at.
Yes, you're at the Capitol trying to
January
storm the
6th.
place. What are you... Oh my god.
2021. That hurt.
hurts.
Yeah. So, game apologist, Trump has made a statement. Unfortunately, his statement basically came down to, hey, what you're fighting for is right. What you're fighting for is good. We just don't need violence. He made a minute-long statement. I covered it earlier on the stream. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and pull it up one more time once I can find the thing. I had it up. You know what? It's fine. We can just type in... We can just type in the dude's name. It's not hard. Donald Trump. This was what he did.
I know your pain. I know you're hurt. We had an election that was stolen from us. It was a landslide election, and everyone knows it, especially the other side. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened, where they could take it away from all of us, from me, from you, from our country. This was a fraudulent election, but we can't play into the hands of these people. We have to have peace.
Now ask yourself,
so go home.
Is this the kind of thing that would calm you down?
You've seen what happens. You see the way others are treated that are so bad and so evil. You know how you feel. But go home and go home in peace.
That is lip service. That is literally just, hey guys, look, I know what you're fighting for, and you're fighting for a good thing, but just don't. But like, it's good that you're doing it. It's good that you're doing it, but just don't. Brian Stevenson in the chat. The deep state made Trump say that. I can read between the lines. Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's. Is it any surprise that they haven't calmed down when the most you get from President Trump in a situation like this is effectively, hey, well, you're doing the right thing. You just can't do it violently. That's literally just lip service. It's literally just saying, hey, it's okay. It's okay. So that later on, whenever you're being judged by some tribunal and they ask you about what's going on, like what happened on this day, you can go, no, I condemned them. It's the same thing he did when asked about white supremacists. Can you condemn white supremacists? And then they pointed out the Proud Boys, and he's like, no, Proud Boys, stand by. It's the same shit, so that his constituents, so that his supporters, so that his rallying voter base could then go, no, he condemned it all. See, he's not really a bad guy. He's not the bad guy. At what point do you sit there as the President of the United States and have to go, wait a minute, hold on, am I maybe the cause of all of this? Did I do this? Did I do that? You wonder how long it would take him to realize that some of this shit is just his fucking fault. This whole base is fighting for him. For him, specifically. They're not fighting for the Republicans, the Republican Party, democracy as an idea. They're literally fighting for him as an individual person because they want him. And it's stuff like this that makes me want to ram my head through a brick wall. Just, at the end of the day, stuff like this just doesn't stop. And it's not gonna stop. Not anytime soon. They literally chant, fight for Trump. Fender Gaming just saw an excellent comment on Twitter. While sure this is insane, let's have a reminder that we won. These people are throwing a temper tantrum because they lost, and that's all it is. Remember the amount of times that we were told by right-wingers that everybody who did the hashtag not my president thing, they were just being children, not accepting the status of the election, not accepting the reality where things are. And then, lo and behold, when the situation is flipped, when the defense position card is flipped up, and we see the monster underneath, it's the same damn thing. It's the same thing. If you haven't already, and this, there's going to be a few of these. I'm so sorry. I want to say, hey, hit the like button, subscribe, check out Patreon. I want to say all that stuff, and I should. Like, as a YouTuber, I should. But there's going to be a few of these, because today's just bad. So, if you end up watching all of these, then more power to you. This is exhausting. Trump will throw them under the bus any minute now. Now's not the time to shill yet. So, average viewer, I actually do kind of have to, because the way that my setup is right now, when I know that I'm going to be ending a recording, I do kind of have to put the shill in stuff there, because it's the only time that I have to do it. So it's not what I want to do, and it's certainly not the time to do it. For the record, I'm very grateful that you are live right now covering the things I live alone and would be spiraling very out of control and functional without a functional person grounding me. See, what I'm supposed to be doing today, what I'm supposed to be doing is I'm supposed to be going to grab my friend from Ranger, bringing him back here, and then we're supposed to continue working on the floor for our kitchen. We've got half the concrete backer board down. We've got another half to go. And then after the backer board is down everywhere, we get to start tiling. But I can't do any of that. I can't. Because this is happening. And it's... Has there been any mention of COVID with these riots? I wouldn't be surprised if more cases pop up. Expect it, because the difference between a BLM rally and this is that at a BLM rally, people are often wearing masks, so the chances of spread is usually a lot lower than what happens here. So there's almost no military presence there. You'd think Trump has something to do with that. So Trump has called in the National Guard, but the series of events went that the mayor of D.C. called for the National Guard, the Pentagon said no, and then Trump had to send the National Guard himself, but nothing's happened yet, as far as I've been able to see. When I'm about to end the recording, I put chilly stuff in. So if you saw these rebel scum being told to go fuck themselves, and wish you could go fuck yourself too, go to DDLG Playground. Yeah, go to ddlgplayground.com, use coupon code /Cirrus, so you can buy a dildo and go fuck yourself. They're gonna execute Order 66. Okay, has anything else gone on with this? Let's see. Let's see where we're at.
And that... Those bleachers...
And it's just frozen. It's just frozen. Okay, I have... not this one. What is Global News' live stream looking like? They have a different angle. At least at their riot, they've got live music, right? I don't know what the music is, but it's gonna get me demonetized. It's gonna get me demonetized, so I have to stop. Is that over on here as well?
Down.
No, they're in a completely different area.
If you could share this broadcast. I'd like to get as many people watching it as possible for a couple reasons. A, there's a lot of misinformation in the media right now in regards to what is going on and what is the violence like. And I want to make sure that everybody watches this because we're giving it to you as it happens.
There's the music.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, at this point.
See, I wish I could be reporting from actually being there.
What's that? Let her go?
They took that girl.
Oh, they took the girl. Oh, yeah. The girl that you saw earlier that we focused on, she's been removed from the scaffolding, probably for her own safety. To be honest with you, because what a. The wind has picked up here. I will say that we got a wind at about out of the north, blowing about 15. It's a little bit. Winds have picked up, so if that means anything as far as when the tear gas is shot, it is going to blow quite a bit after being released. But that was a lot of what you heard earlier from those two individuals. Is that people are angry that.
See, it's not that I wish that I was there because there's a rally. It's that with stuff like this, instead of covering other people covering it, I'd like to be there covering it, but I don't have the funding to do that
when
right now.
We saw the protests over the summer in all these cities. You didn't see the police stand up to the protesters.
What? What?
The violence that we saw just now towards the supporters here is something that we haven't seen that before.
It's the Capitol on election day.
Police activity towards a pro-Trump group.
Why would you
like that? And people are saying, why didn't you take that approach to Antifa?
They fucking did, you Nimrod!
Very valid point. Why the violence?
They attacked and tear-gassed people. What the flying fuck?
Organization.
What the shit fuck?
A group like Antifa.
They've been doing that. They've been enacting violence against Antifa and Black Lives Matter for months.
A lot of the resistance up
What
top,
kind of
down, it's now
fucking
just
privileged
on the bottom.
victim shit is this?
Capitol Police have taken over the elevated space there, and
what kind of fantasy world do you live in?
Have confined everyone just to this ground area in front of the Capitol, and I would likely think that's where it's going to stay. I think at this point, if they can just secure access to the Capitol. Just playing armchair quarterback here, that would be enough to at least.
Why did that make me laugh?
Seems like we're kind of in
That
this
shouldn't.
open area anyway. This is where.
Yeah, no, this is a state of fucking denial. What the hell?
Even if this wasn't going on, we're standing in a place that's open to the public, so I don't see much of a pushback from where we're standing right now. I apologize. It just seems like that tear gas. It just absolutely.
It's a gas bomb.
It's choking. And of course, we're not.
Yeah, Real Lock was at some of the fucking protests and pointed out that he got gassed.
These protesters, they come with the mask and the gas, face protectors. We don't have that. We don't have that at all. So we're
Oh
very
my
open
god.
to taking all of that straight on.
35 minutes. 35 minutes until their curfew hits. Jesus
here on the
fucking
East
Christ.
Coast. Welcome if you're just now joining us. We're still live at the Capitol here in our nation's capital, as it's been a very eventful day here, as today was a day that basically Congress would meet. They would go over the
the electoral votes, and hopefully at that point would protest the states that are contested and would disregard those electors and would go a different path.
Yep,
to a
they just.
presidency, but that did not happen today.
Well, of course it didn't,
Those
because
events
you
were
didn't
stopped
win.
By what you're seeing now, massive rally here at the Capitol, and they did breach inside the Capitol, and we have a report that one girl was shot in the neck. I have seen eyewitness video of this that's been circulating, so I don't have an age, don't have a name certainly, but one person was shot inside the Capitol. And,
yes, because you broke into the building and had a standoff.
So far today, I can't imagine that no one has been arrested yet, but just a very disturbing scene here.
I sent you your files.
When they're told to go home.
I think that we were standing in the very spot.
Just emailed you.
President Trump and every president before him was inaugurated. It's unimaginable that happened in the same spot where President Trump was. Okay, so we got more. It looks like we got some more police coming in there as well. They're really ramping up the police presence here, which is not surprising at all because I said this when we first got here. I don't see how.
No, they think they're heroes and
disperse
patriots.
A crowd like this, I don't see how you do it.
They think
There's
they're
just
patriots.
Too much going on. The emotions are high. You want to walk around here and talk to some people, maybe?
You don't see how you disperse a crowd like that? Oh, so you admit that you haven't been paying attention to what happened at BLM rallies then? Imagine that.
Go on. Watch your step there, Joe.
She was fun to draw. I love drawing dragons.
My character into a Thrall from Hearthstone for a Hearthstone channel ages ago.
All right. Let's
Her teeth were my favorite.
There's Brick Street right there. All right, Brick. So we were talking, and of course we got hit with that pepper gas. Okay, so to continue our conversation, I am just absolutely beside myself that where we were standing and the significance of that spot and what we're seeing right now. And you had mentioned if it didn't get violent, we were
commission
just
sheets.
a peaceful
Yes.
This was nothing but, hey, let's show up the Capitol. Let's wait. Let's peacefully wait. But you're saying that.
So I'm gonna end the stream. I will be back on Friday if I can use my hands. I'll update you guys on Twitter. I'm seeing my hand doctor tomorrow, and if they do injections again, I might not be able to draw. So it's a maybe.
You guys didn't take that excuse.
A maybe.
You guys didn't take that when that was happening around the George Floyd protests. That wasn't the thing that you accept.
I will. No worries.
Showed up with a hammer and started hammering windows, and someone with like a black hoodie didn't look. I mean, what does a Trump supporter look like? But they, we all have a way to identify ourselves. We have red hats, we have stickers, we have shirts, we have flags. They had none of that. So
that's not a good.
Thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you for commissioning me.
Nothing.
I have my doubts as to whether or not they were actually, people who support President Trump fully, and people who voted for him, or if they were infiltrators who set to discredit the group of patriots.
Enjoy.
No, I'm with you, because you and I have seen enough Trump rallies. We know what a Trump supporter looks like. And we
no,
know
the fuck you don't!
He's not going to go up there and create
violence
and initiate anything like that. So I think you're right on that. And of course, it does kind of feed to the crowd.
We know what a Trump supporter looks like.
I